told me, come by the office one time, and they introduced this new game. So I've never seen it before. I never even heard of a MOBA that's that you can play on your mobile device. I mean, I heard of all these other games, but I didn't bother downloading them. Baka ma-addict. So they showed me about AOV, Arena of Valor, and then it was kind of intriguing. Love the graphics. I love what they showed me. So I thought I'll start it.
Bakit ako sumali sa All-Stars? So, ang motivation ko ba't ako sumali, it's because, number one, it's for charity. So, I really want to help other people, especially sa mga hindi ma-afford yung like education and food, tirahan, ganon. So, malaking tulong din to para makatulong sa mga taong kagaya nila.
Para sa ka-teammates ko dyan, Red Rangers, good luck sa atin sa final. Sana manalo tayo. Or kahit di tayo manalo, panalo pa rin tayo kasi nakatulong tayo sa kababayan natin.
Okay, Doggy, it's like the Pud one going against his master. I learned a lot from you, bro. So, got nothing but respect. But hey, whatever happens in the battlefield right now, hey, just leave it there, all right?
Please watch us on December 30! Finals na, so see you guys!
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Riku together with Arctic. We're super hyped for today because ngayon, it's AOV All-Stars Finals.
Yes, I'm really excited about this. I mean, pagkatapos natin manggaling sa group stage last week na sobrang intense na, kaming dalawa ni Rockheart that previous week talagang after watching all those games, we're like, we needed to take a moment to breathe. Pero it has come down to this. These two teams right here, they performed beautifully during the group stage. Kaya sobrang excited na.
Yeah, imagine it was 4 teams sa una. It was a single round robin match. And now we're down to 2. It's gonna be the Red Reindeers versus the Silent Knights. So how did that go nga pala during the group stages?
Well, you know what, Rico? Let's go ahead and check out the overall standings from last week. As you can see, Silent Knights actually going undefeated. Pero overall, itong top 2 teams natin na nasa finals, talagang it was pretty clear na they were gonna be the top 2. Pero nonetheless, Wreck the Halls and Frosty Snowman, they played their hearts out then during these games. And at the end of the day, syempre, ang pinaglalabanan naman kasi dito, it's all for a good cause.
Exactly, for a good cause. Just feeling the Christmas spirit because our finals match, meron tayong mga mechanics na mangyayari.
Ooh.
So what's gonna happen is that it's gonna be for Generation Hope. It's to help build more classrooms in the Philippines. And for every objective for this best of 5 series sa finals natin ngayon, 1 hero kill is 100 pesos. 1 tower is 200 pesos. Dragon kill, 500. And then yung Dark Slayer naman is 1,000 pesos.
Wow.
So imagine mag-accumulate siya na mag-accumulate. If ever pumunta nga tayo ng best of game number 5, then sobrang daming marirake in the money for a good cause.
And imagine that through gaming. It's interesting na through yung mga mechanics na yun, hindi mo akalain it could be a great way to actually raise this type of funding for Generation Hope. So, sobrang nakaka-excite. And of course, salamat din sa mga celebrities and personalities natin na lumahok just to support Generation Hope through Arena of Valor.
Exactly. So, aside from, you know, supporting a good cause, you're also going to be watching your favorite celebrities duke it out, especially this is going to be the last day. Best of 5 series for our final. So, I'm really excited how this is going to turn out.
Yeah, and I mean, isipin mo bukas, it's already going to be New Year's Eve. So, what a better way to end 2017 through this finals right here. But looks like Riku will be heading into the pick and ban phase once again for Game 1 between Red Reindeers versus Silent Knights.
I really like the pun on the Silent Knights
Yeah.
thing. When I first saw the roster and their team name, I'm like, well played, GGWP. But then again, we're going to have 1 ban each for our first game here in the drafting phase. Again, for the side of we're actually wondering if there's gonna be like a Violet pick, if there's gonna be, you know, some Fennec going around, some Joker going around being prioritized. But look at that, they they want to ban out the Violet, which is totally understandable.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm actually surprised that, in a way, Silent Knights could have risked potentially yung Violet from it being first pick ng Red Rangers, pero instead opting to ban it, just so that they have that extra security na they don't have to deal with it. So, we'll just have to see how that goes, though. I mean, Fennec looks like gonna be a potential first pick para dito sa Red Rangers, and that would be a lock-in right there.
I mean, the teams have already done a lot of practice kasi medyo a few weeks pa naman na-release na tong si Fennec, and there are a lot of picks to still be experimented on. So I really understand the priority here on the Fennec pick. But meanwhile, let's see though, during the group stages, what do you think were the prio picks for their on the group stages?
Well, I mean, definitely as clear as day right here, Violet was one of them. Violet just pretty much popped off throughout almost all the group stages whenever, and that's an interesting thing. Either when she wasn't banned, like it's almost like an auto pick. Pero at the same time, I mean, we have seen these other marksmen like Fennec, like Slims, like the Joker, really lead the fray. And I think it just goes to show, not only sa personalities natin, but we also have these other community players to look out for who are also quite high up there on the Arena Valor ladder for our own region.
Yeah, that's the thing that I like about both RR and SK. They're mixed with both celebrities and what you just said, people that are high up in the ladder, a bunch of conquerors as well, very active in the community. And look at that, they're gonna go for Caesar on the Taara.
Ooh.
And Wukong being picked by Vindicate. We'll have to see if that's what kind of composition they're gonna be forming here, as there's a lot of warriors going around for both of these sides. I mean, it's understandable that they might settle for just one single marksman and probably not a lot of mages to go around, but Raz is there to, supply that kind of micro and yet really bursty and threatening damage.
And if you complement that, especially with a Thane locked in for Silent Knights, this is pretty good for SK, because not only can you use Raz and Thane as a means of disengaging, but also isolating an opponent onto your side just so that, boom, down you go.
Exactly. We've seen this composition before. The Malak, if that's going to be locked in, I really like Silent Knights' composition, mainly because I'm a big fan of Slims, due to the fact that he has really good high range or CC, and they can form a goon squad. Like, for example, they can keep rotating, make some picks here and there. They have the Malok. He can use his ultimate for disengage as well as engage as well. So a really strong front line with a good amount of damage for Silent Knights. Meanwhile, for Red Reindeers, what do you think about their composition?
Well, for Red Reindeers, one of the things that I really worry about them is the mobility for most of the heroes selected. I mean, Wukong could be a little bit of a sneaky guy there, but aside from that, I mean, if you're going to consider all of other elements like Mina, for example, you'll really need the others to land that key CC to make sure that they could really go in, because if not, then they're just going to have to contend with that heavy wall that Silent Knights has.
Actually, I do agree with you there, because they're a very all-in type composition, and if ever they do have to, if the situation gets a little bit too sticky, baka mamaya hindi na sila maka-escape, and it's a very all-in sort of thing. They do have that Fennec, just in case, if ever they want that additional CC, if ever that might help them escape. They have the Taara, really good for escaping as well on Suzy Sor. But you know what? Let's see. It's all about execution. It's all about Generation Hope rather, as well. So let's get into game number 1.
Yes, there you go, guys. Looks like we are heading on to the Antares battlefield. Let's go ahead and see who could build up the momentum by taking game 1. So, syempre para sa mga nanonood, let us know din sa chat kung sino yung tingin yung lamang dito based sa compositions, or kahit di sa composition, sino yung generally sinusuportahan nyo dito sa dalawa. Red Reindeers ba? Silent Knights? Let us know.
Let us know indeed. Look at that aggressive rotation coming from Red Reindeer, securing the might buff right away. Wala silang problema dito. Meanwhile, for Silent Knights, they're aiming for a trade instead. Mukhang okay naman sila because dalawa yung sinend nila dito for rotation sa baba. Meanwhile, that's a full 5-man squad sa taas. Oh nga pala, I would like to remind you guys that there are gonna be codes that will be appearing on your screen, so stay tuned. Huwag kayong aalis.
Yes, very sakto yan, Christmas ngayon. So, marami tayong nakahanda dyan. Kung medyo generous kayo, pwede rin yung i-share sa amin, pero hindi, joke lang.
Oo nga naman. Oh. Share your blessings.
Yes.
So anyway, di kita natanong kanina, Who are you rooting for dito sa team natin, sa finals natin? Sino
Oh
sa tingin
man,
mo
it's
mananalo?
so hard because I mean both sides. There's people that I absolutely love. I mean, Suzy Sar has been repping for Rumble Royale for so long.
True.
Mika Daime as well, who's been pretty active as far as streaming. So sobrang conflicted ako. Pero I would love to maybe see SK take it because I loved how they performed during the group stage, and I'm expecting the same coming into the finals.
They're the ones who's undefeated, correct?
Yeah.
Oh my, undefeated. But this time, a lot is in play here as we are going to see an engage. Here comes Wukong. Vindicate is going to dive on to that guy that died just now, Mika Daime. Oh no, that's okay. That's okay. That's just first blood anyway.
Hindi, pero responde kaya itong sina Leather. Nako, mukhang atras muna sila knowing that the numbers aren't quite in their favor there. Looks like they will restrain themselves for the meantime. Pero great start here for Red Rangers getting that first kill. And by doing so, if they're able to establish a much more better control towards the bottom side, this does give them a better grasp of Abyssal Dragon. And alam naman natin kung ganong ka-importante ng Abyssal Dragon, especially within the first few minutes of the game. If you're able to control it, then you're just gonna able to plummet, slowly build up that gold advantage.
Exactly. You gotta hand it to Red Reindeers here for their aggressive rotation, and they really, really want objectives. Oh no, Eruption. I'm not sure if that's the place where you want to go. That's gonna be the thing pushing him away. He's gonna be going to his own tower, and will he escape? No, not quite. It's okay.
It's okay, man. But still, I mean, still equal 1-1. And overall, if you're going to look at it, Red Rangers, they are pulling a little bit ahead in terms of the gold game. But still, I mean, it's very much way too early to tell. And from what I'm seeing here, oh, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Red Reindeer is going to be going for that Abyssal Dragon. I'm not really sure Silent Knights is in the position to contest, and that will be indeed first Dragon of the game.
I really like the fact that they're very fast in their decision. The moment na alam nila, okay, there were like 2 or 3 people at the top side of the map, you know, let's take an objective while they're distracted. Even though they lost Eruption on Mina earlier, it's fine. They managed to equalize yung losses nila sa ginawa ng Silent Knight. So, great job for both of these teams. Quite close, but the gold lead is for Red Reindeers at this point. So again, we still haven't seen that 5v5 team fight just yet. Still too early into the game, especially that a lot of them are still getting they all have their ults already, rather, but we'll see what kind of aggressive rotations RR will do this time around.
I gotta say, though, for both RR and SK, I like the fact that they sent both marksmen to the jungle. Both the Fennec as well as the Slims definitely gives them a lot more flexibility as far as how they rotate across the map. And also, if they could get these prime carries going within the first few minutes, then that would be a pretty good way to try to secure the game. But oh, that's going to be Vindicate diving in onto Mika. Daime goes down right away. Alyssa tries to back away. Looks like she's going to be shoving in Vindicate into the wall. But as the rest of SK comes in to respond to Alyssa, Alyssa actually survives. This may be vengeance for their falling comrades right there. Suzy Sar going to try to frontline, but Super Elmer gets isolated. Leather gets the kill. Ooh, skill shot. Not quite connecting there, but still, 1 for 1. Not bad.
That's actually a pretty good combo. Putting in that Slims in the jungle and putting the 2, like Arthur and Thane, at the bot side of the map. If ever, I mean, it's one of the vulnerable lanes. Of course, Red Rangers would want to go for that lane. Oh, there's the Malak with the ultimate. Just wanting to go back in lane, make sure to get those CS down. So, the team of Silent Knights in the bot side of the map, kaya-kaya nila mag-punish. And that is the beautiful combo of having the Arthur and the Thane in with Mika Daime, Elisa. Right, correct. Lisa. Oh, Vindicate, not going to be in a good position. There you go. Easy peasy for Leather. Man.
That was some pretty fancy maneuvering right there. But yeah, I'd have to agree with you. And actually, yan yung isa sa gusto ko sa strategy ng Silent Knights. If you're gonna look at it, like I mentioned, sending these marksmen into the jungle, it's a great way for them to get a better lead up faster if maging successful yung ganks. And at the same time, by sending these type of heroes like Arthur and Thane, for example, Malok, as well as Raz, I mean, it's a strategy wherein sila yung magsiset up para dun sa gank. And once the Slims arrives, then it's just a cleanup from there.
Exactly. And maganda yung pagkalagay na Malok and Mina matchup dito sa taas. Doggy has a very, very good matchup. He does have sustain. He has a lot of shields. He can escape in case na he gets outnumbered. So that's the perfect thing about, you know, the dynamics of Silent Knights, especially dito sa early game. But still too early, 6 minutes into the game, but again, RR has a lot of control on the bot side of the map. Meanwhile, for the top side, medyo safe naman tong si Silent Knight. So we're gonna see what kind of adjustments they're gonna do, as medyo safe pa naman tong side na to, which Doggy is gonna be patient here.
Oh, that's gonna be the dive in from Doggy right there. Looks like RR gonna walk it off though. Meanwhile, take note, the Slims as well as the Raz slowly gonna make their way to lane, but that will be a great landing of the ultimate from the Fennec to make sure no further pursuit is there.
Exactly. That's what we've been talking about earlier, na even though, let's just say, kulang sila sa mobility as a whole squad, it's still fine because they do have those AOV CCs to counter that. But I'm not sure Roller is going to be rolling. He's going to roll on the floor and die as they secure a turret as well. Greatly done. Nicely done, rather. But you have to question sometimes. Talagang nag-roll siya, nag-dash in siya towards two heroes. But we'll see. This bot side of the map, Inzai is very patient here. Not landing the stun. Not yet.
Yeah, not quite yet, but take note. Numbers are starting to form by SK here. This might be a tower dive if they do offer it. They have two very tanky heroes to work with if they do go for that pursuit. And turret is nearly half its health down. So it will be going down any minute. Could lead into a fight. And that will be the initiate right there. Ooh, lots of damage. Mika Diamond gets decimated. But meanwhile, Alyssa just really repping, manages to take down Vindicate. Super Elmer is down as well. That's Susie Star. Rollers will be going down. Double kill for Alyssa right then and there. And look at the casualties. A 1-4, in fact, in favor of SK.
Wow. Alisa with a triple kill, man, on that thing. Nicely done. There was a very good rotation, quick rotation from Silent Knights. They managed to get a lot more than what they expected. I'm pretty sure they were just aiming for the tower, but then again, Red Reindeers wanted to try to counter that, but then lost the fight. They lacked the members, and this time around, another tower has been taken. Very, very ballsy. I mean, if Inzai dies, I'm pretty sure he will.
Ooh.
It's okay, because that's two towers in the bot side of the map, and a super healthy tower on Silent Knights for the bot side. So that is that's a win-win situation for them.
Indeed, ang laki ng value na nakuha ng SK doon. And look at the goal lead already. It was just playing around the hundreds. Now we're finally seeing that definitive thousands play. And oh, this might actually lead to a fight for Abyssal Dragon right here. SK is starting to converge. Raz slowly making his way there as well. That will be an easy takedown by RR though.
You can tell the hesitation there. I was expecting a shock coming from the Malok just to enter the fight, start things off, but then they figured maybe it's not worth it. We're still in the lead anyways. Let's take it slow. It's fine. Let's just have more control over the map. Let's give them that dragon instead. So it's all okay for Silent Knights.
Now that I think about it, Red Reindeers, they should make sure that they're on top of objectives as far as sieging camps like Abyssal Dragon or even just these small camps right here. Because if you're going to notice, they're running double talons for jungle, so that will allow them faster takedowns to compensate for whatever turrets they lose out on. But of course, the bigger factor here is that they need to control how many turrets they lose, because if they lose a lot of them earlier on, like we're seeing here, 3 turrets down already, not to mention an inner turret taken towards bot, then that's going to be a lot of control that they lose across the entire battlefield.
Cyclone being used just to scare them away. Good job here from the Fennec on Roller. But they're going to be patient here. Is the stun going to connect? No. Malok at the bot side of the map versus Wukong. This is going to be worth it, but let's switch it up to the top side of the map. Eruption super low. I'm not sure he's going to survive. He won't. That's 4 on top of you, and that'll be 1 kill. Meanwhile, that's Vindicate killing Malok at the bot side of the map, so it's going to be a 1-1.
And SK, they're going to be taking another turret out of this. Oh, Inzai plays actually surviving with a slither of health. Just one more turret hit and it could have gone down.
Exactly. No one's going to be giving you a shield there. Roller is going to take what he can, going to run away as he knows that the people on top is going to rotate back at bot. But again, good point there, as you mentioned earlier, that they're running double talents in the jungle, and they're going to be doing well in terms of objectives. But sieging-wise, you have to hand it to Silent Knights. They have a lot of disengage. They have a lot of CCs to work around with, and mobility. They can chase you down, as you can see here. Raz trying to land in the pokes, but it won't happen. They decide to just back away instead.
Ooh, meanwhile, looks like SK starting to develop quite the control. But I got to hand it to RR as well. Oh, is that going to be the shape? No, not quite. But yeah, as I was saying, the great thing about this is that Red Reindeers, they're still holding their own by making sure that they keep up in some way. I mean, in kills, 5 to 10, not really the best difference, but in other aspects, like having that one Abyssal Dragon take, okay, so it kind of evens out right now. But overall, the gold, it's not as big as I would have expected, just because Red Rangers, they make sure that they keep up in other factors when they're lacking, such as kills, such as objectives, such as turrets. Still very equal, still pretty much anybody's game. All depends on who plays out their composition to the best of their win conditions.
That is true. And Silent Knights, I'm really liking the rotations. For Red Reindeers, actually for both of these teams, I'm really just looking for a very explosive 5v5 fight. But then that's not really exactly what their compositions are. It's not really their win conditions at this point. They're playing safely. For game number 1, sobrang safe nila maglaro, if you think about it. They're really aiming for these objectives. And you can't help but aim for objectives because, again, this is 4th generation Hope, where Leather is going to just go away there to safety.
Yeah, just styling his way out of there. But meanwhile, SK going for a very sneaky Dark Slayer. Wow. Mission accomplished right there. And this is going to be huge. They have a lot more options. They have a lot of boom boom power to work with as far as that buff now on their side. Let's go ahead and see what configuration they go for. We see a little bit of a convergence here towards the mid lane. All 5 members, are they going to push it though? They do have the tools to go full on initiate and potentially for a tower dive. And look at this turret right here. Again, another half health lower.
Wow. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Red Rangers really, really respect Silent Knights at this point, especially they do have the Dark Slayer buff in their hands. They have a lot of kits to engage. There's the Cyclone being pulled out. Let's see though if Gilder will be able to initiate. There's the fight, and that is going to be them trying to win with Silent Knights just losing one member. 3 down already for Red Reindeers, and Malok super low. They don't care. There's the stun. That's a long stun. Super Elmer falls down, and now they're just aiming for the base at this point with Roller just exploding, and he's dead on the floor. Congratulations to Silent Knights.
And there you go. Man, that was great. Very well played. I mean, that one fight. And as I said, that Dark Slayer, after that takedown, getting that buff, that was going to be big for them. And they knew that it wasn't a stomp. I'd say
Yes.
both sides played to their compositions quite well. I mean, like I mentioned, Red Rangers, they don't really need to go for those all-in kills, which Silent Knights had. They kind of made up for it by objectives. But at the end of the day of the course, whoever can get those smaller advantages earlier on,
Exactly. I feel like for Red Reindeers, they weren't able to maximize in terms of the objectives that they were getting. I mean, early game you saw, ang dami nila nakukuhang Abyssal Dragon, but it didn't really translate. They couldn't find the fights that they wanted to because Silent Knights were just sieging all around. This is what we've been talking about, the Goon Squad. Whenever Slims gets that stun, they immediately, you saw the Gilder at the last fight, right? He just died. They have a lot of explosive damage. They have a lot of CC. And they have poke as well. They have engaged. They have the complete package for Silent Knights. And it worked perfectly well for them. And that's why they won game number 1.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and see, though. Great momentum on their side. Will they go undefeated? That's still the big question on my mind right here. I mean, aside from, of course, getting to give back to the community, why not do it in a way wherein you have that nice, clean record to go with that? So
Actually, that is actually...
we'll just have to see, though. I mean, this is a best of 5. Anything goes in this case.
Exactly. Anything goes, but again, this is a best of 5 series. It's still game number 1. Later on, we'll check out game number 2, so don't go away. We'll be right back. Play here as we are going to see an engage. Here comes Wukong. Vindicate is going to dive on to that guy that died just now, Mika Daime. Oh no, that's okay. That's okay. That's just first blood anyway.
Pero responde kaya itong si Leather. Diving in onto Mika. Daime goes down right away. Alyssa tries to back away. Looks like he's going to be shoving in Vindicate into the wall, but as the rest of SK comes in to respond to Alyssa. Alyssa actually survives. This may be vengeance for their falling comrades right there. Suzy Star going to try to frontline, but Super Elmer gets isolated. Leather gets the kill. Ooh, Mika Daime gets out decimated. But meanwhile, Alyssa just really repping, manages to take down Vindicate. Super Elmer is down as well. That's Suzy Star. Rollers will be going down. Double kill for Alyssa right then and there.
In their hands. They have a lot of kits to engage. There's a Cyclone being pulled out. Let's see though if Gilder will be able to initiate. There's the fight, and that is going to be them trying to win with Silent Knights just losing one member. 3 down already for Red Reindeers, and Malok super low. They don't care. There's the stun. That's a long stun. Super Elmer falls down, and now they're just aiming for the base at this point with Roller just exploding, and he's dead on the floor. Congratulations to Silent Knights.
And there you go.
ultimate. I enjoy playing you.
Say hello to my little friends, Lefty and Righty. Legendary!
Double tap.
Nakalaman ko yung AOV from, I think, Taiwan server. Back then, nakita namin through an ad on YouTube, I think. And then, I saw the tournament, tapos sobrang laki ng scale niya. And then, yun, turn na ako sa kanya, na entice ako maglaro.
Nung niyaya ako ni Doggy na sumali sa All-Star, tapos nalaman ko, sabi niya na yung cash prize nga, para makatulong. Ayun, pumayag agad ako kasi ayun, nag-enjoy kasi ako sa paglaro ng AOV. Tapos makakalaro ko pa yung mga idol ko, sa mga celebrities. Tapos pinakamaganda doon yung makakatulong pa mismo. Kaya sobrang excited talaga ako sa magiging laban.
So sa mga kalaban po namin, maganda na kayo. At saka sa mga viewers, huwag mo kayo mag-trash talk sa amin, please lang. So, sa lahat po ng kalaban namin, maganda kayo kasi magugulat lang kayo. Like,
Eruption, di mo magagamit yung biceps mo dito. Palakas ka pa. Joke. Guys, in-invite ko kayo manood ng AOV All-Star on December 30, finals. Ayan, manood kayo.
Welcome back mga challenger dito sa AOV All-Star. Siyempre, bago tayo pumasok sa bakbakan, kami ang magiging casters niyo. Mark the Cat is Sirs, fam. With me is Riku.
Yes,
And
sir.
what an interesting game one that we had right there. Silent Knights, mukhang gusto nilang patuloy yung undefeated streak nila, maybe, but we'll see.
Exactly. Sobrang impressed ako sa rotations nila, and they really know how to play their compositions, right? Pero what I'm happy about is that, again, this is for Generation Hope. So, may 80,000 peso prize pool tayo, and a part of it will go to Generation Hope in helping build more classrooms here in the Philippines, and they're doing it for the kids. So, kanina, they managed to kill 21 heroes, 4 dragons, 1 Dark Slayer, 9 towers, and that would equate them to a total of 6,900 pesos.
Whoa! And grabe, since this is a best of 5, ang daming opportunity ng ating personalities as well as their handpicked players to build that up even more.
Exactly.
So exciting, actually.
Sobra. I mean, the way that they the way that they play their compositions, I'm really excited. For sure, feeling ko Red Reindeers is gonna get back from this game. I have a very solid feeling. Kasi nakita naman natin, it wasn't a very dominating performance. It was more like this comp really countered this, and they weren't able to capitalize their early leads. That's why they weren't able to find the fights that they wanted, diba? Walang transition into, towers. That's what happened. But that's the strength of Silent Knight. So I'm really excited to see what kind of adjustments they're gonna be doing this time around for our game number 2.
And of course, considering Super Elmer, Suzy, Star, and Eruption on Red Reindeers, nako, sure kung hindi sila magpapatalo dito sa game na to.
Exactly. I really like the mix of celebs with community, leaders sa ranking. So we'll see as Silent Knights versus RR enter our drafting phase. Ano kaya mga priorities nila? Kanina, it was Violet being banned with a first blue pick, Fennec, and then the other naman yung mga marksmen na gusto nila, which is, the Slims and the Raz being picked out by, the Silent Knights. Medyo comfort pick yata nila, but they're removing the Wukong this time around.
Interesting. Especially if you're gonna consider na, of course guys, syempre since game 2 na tayo, by the way, switch sides na. So it was actually SK that was it? Oh no, it was actually Red Rangers. But still, interesting enough, Violet, once again, no surprise, Respect Ban moved on to inside place. He just pretty much crushed on the Violet during group stage. So wouldn't be surprised if Violet is gonna be a continuous ban throughout these best of 5. So nonetheless, Fennec, first pick for SK.
Kind of weird though. Like, for example, pwede naman siguro, baka may player ba sa kanila naglalaro ng Violet? I'm pretty sure meron, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure both sides.
Okay, so I just really thought that sometimes kasing dynamic, diba? You pick one marksman and then the rest is just like warriors and tanks already, right? But since they already locked in the Fennec, they could have opted to get themselves the Violet if ever that's really, their strength. But siguro they're playing safe. They don't want the double marksman siguro if ever sa Silent Knight. So they decided to just opt for that Malok and then the Arthur for themselves. Siguro comfort pick. But that's gonna be Suzy Sor with the Taara, which is not surprising as well kasi sobrang comfy niya rin. Nakita naman natin kung gaano siya ka-comfy kanina. Malok is also one of the prio picks for AOV at the current meta, so that is understandable, but Batman!
Oh boy, the Dark Knight is making his way to Antares battlefield. Pero aside from this Batman pickup, I'm also pretty excited for this Ardwin pick as well. I mean, Ardwin I haven't seen during the group stage, so maybe this is a little bit of a pocket pick that Doggy is bringing to the table for SK. So interested in seeing how he'll perform on that particular team.
Exactly, because this is the first time, just as you mentioned, so we're going to see how they're going to be performing. Mika Daime also bringing out the Omega.
Wow.
Is that the first time that an Omega is being picked out?
The first time in forever.
Parang you're going to break into a Frozen song suddenly.
Oh, let it go. No,
well, it's Christmas, so
yeah,
saktong-sakto.
True. I'm excused. But anyway,
yes, you are.
Yeah, let's go and talk about this Omega pick because Omega, not really a hero that you would normally see, pero for me personally, I actually like using a little bit of Omega in rank.
Bakit? I actually want to ask you.
Because Omega, if you can look at most of everybody's tier list, he's usually ranked towards mid to bottom. But then again, it's because of his kit, I guess, wherein there's not really as many options, but sometimes I like to go for surprise builds that you wouldn't normally. But then again, Mika Daime, I think she has a little thing up her sleeve. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's game number 2. There's still a lot of room to experiment kasi best of 5 series nga ito. So a lot of surprise picks dito sa side ng Silent Knights. Pero meanwhile, dito sa ating RR, which is the Red Reindeers, medyo balanced naman. We still see a surprising pick, which is the Batman pick. So I'm really looking forward to what kind of rotations they're going to be doing because I've been using Batman and I'm a huge fan, except that when he goes in, there's not much choice to escape aside from your ult, but you'd rather use your ult to actually, get as much damage as you want and proc those stuns in for Batman.
And in all fairness, Game Vindicate, it's going to be a little bit more trickier for him because, like you mentioned, the thing about Batman is that when you go in, it's like there's no turning back, basically.
Yes.
And if you're going to look at his options as far as people he could actually assassinate, there's not really that much. I mean, almost everyone across the board is pretty tanky. I mean, Shognar, Thane, Omega. You don't really want to go for those targets. Of course, you want to try to go for Fennec. But then again, Fennec as well, he could be a little bit of a slippery little bugger. So I'm wondering how that's going to go for Vindicate. I guess, although, if he could establish a snowball early on, then, nako, that'll be pretty good for him. Pero tingnan natin mga kaibigan kung magiging successful ba siya sa aspecto.
That is true, because Red Rangers earlier are really very focused on objectives. Sa ating first game, it could be the same this time around, but again, if you're an assassin, you really want to do the killing, and now they're going to do the killing here onto Doggy. There's the flicker being used for the first few minutes of the game, but meanwhile, bot side of the map is also getting attacked. Super Elmer, super low, that doesn't matter. He's going to be safe. Heal actually being used as well, so it's going to be safe. No first blood just yet.
Yeah, I mean, take note though, double talent heal used for both Suzor and Super Elmer. So second time around, a gank comes, not going to be the best scenario for them. So they'll really need to hold their ground within these next few minutes. Especially, gaya nga sabi ko kanina ng game 1, Abyssal Dragon. That's definitely something that you don't want to give up under any circumstances within at least the first 5 minutes of the game.
That is true.
with low health bars towards bot, you're gonna have less of control over that objective.
And as you can see here, Vindicate looking for the kills once again. Here comes the Flying Spear onto Leather. Nice Cyclone as well. They finish off the kill. Inzai super low. Will they be able to finish it off? Yes, he will. Vindicate on the Batman. Da-da-da-da-da. Is very good.
Oh yeah, I like that you went there. But, I mean, ito yung sinasabi ko. Vindicate, if he could get that early snowball, he's just gonna pop off like crazy. And that's what you want to do on a Batman. It's a little bit high risk, high reward in my opinion with the draft that Silent Knights has. Kaya, the high reward will be, of course, if Vindicate does snowball. Because the high risk here is that if everybody comes to a point wherein they're tanky enough and Vindicate doesn't at least keep up to par in terms of level or where he's at as far as standings, then dun siya mahihirapan on this Batman. But so far, so good for Red Reindeers here. I'm wondering if magagasgasan na ba tong clean record ng Silent Knights?
I'm actually wondering as well, because it looks like it's a very good laning phase so far. Their target is Doggy. Remember, wala na siyang flicker, and he's gonna fall. Vindicate doing the kills here. He's just doing Batman things.
Yep, just swooping in and being the Dark Knight that he is. Meanwhile, SK gonna go for the response by going for Abyssal Dragon. Makokontest ba ito ng RR? Not quite. And that will... Look at the gold difference, though. I mean, absolutely insane. 5.9 to 9.4. I wasn't expecting this heavy of a difference this early on, actually, for Red Rangers.
That is true. Again, Vindicate at it again with the Chognar. Leather is going to be safe. Again, he's a very, very tanky elephant. So, ang ganda ng rotations. They're really maximizing the laning phase at this point. But look at that. Pressure is building here sa Silent Knights. So Red Reindeers, rather, sa bot side of the map. Suzy Sora, Super Elmer, you just have to be really patient. And there you go. Doggy again being the target.
Wow. I mean, aside from Fennec, another target, of course, you can go for is Arduin. Because Arduin technically builds up a little bit more on the damage. So... that's another lane that Vindicate could easily take advantage of. And so far, I mean, it's very obvious that that's what he has been going for constantly. And, I mean, a lot of these skills are concentrated on this Batman, so he's just going to be a pain in the butt to deal with, at least for SK.
We'll see, though, what SK can do. I mean, there's a really huge threat already for Red Reindeers with their rotations, their 3-man rotations here at the top side of the map. And they've been putting little pressure on the bot side because they know that Suzy Star and Super Elmer is doing fine on their own. And there you have it. That's Mika Daime. He's going to be spinning around with the Omega. He's going to be fine. But meanwhile, that's going to be a turret super low at this point in the mid side of the map. There's the ult from Vindicate. What's he going to do? Who's your target? We'll see. They spot out the Chognar.
Man, Leather trying to run it out. That is a tanky Chognar, but still not quite enough items. But no, that is going to be that one attack to secure the kill right there. And Vindicate is just on fire at this point.
That's the thing for Silent Knights. They don't have this. Oh, there's the stun. Flying Spear hitting Mika Diamond. No escape for you, my friend. Lisa, with low mana, is just going to hide behind turret. They're going to be fine. But again, those Flying Spears are really hitting the targets on point. And again, from kills to objectives, really good job by Red Reindeers.
And at this point, I am very worried for SK because these significant leads could easily lead to a heavy snowball from Red Reindeers, and they are just in full control of this map thus far. Take note, not a single objective to SK's name thus far within this first 5 minutes, and RR gonna take another turret. So they're just really making good work of SK thus far. Let's go ahead and see though. I'm wondering if SK could manage to bounce back in this game because, like I mentioned, they don't want to incur that first win throughout this entire tournament at all.
Exactly. It's beautiful for Red Reindeers. Ang galing ng rotations na ginagawa nila. And the thing is, walang response yung Silent Knights because they have little disengage to work with if everybody just dove onto them by Red Reindeers. And the damage from the early game, I mean, the early kills that they have acquired sa una pa lang, which made them even more powerful. So, pagka-dive nila, secure kill, game, tapos. That's it. That's the reason why Red Reindeers is, you know, being very successful in this game number 2. Silent Knights at this point is gonna have to play defense. The gold lead is slowly trickling towards the side of Red Reindeers. And for Silent Knights, wala talaga silang choice kundi to find the right opportunity. Kumbaga, kung baka may mistake na pwedeng gawin yung RR, baka solo. But the thing is, you find RR always together, either in 3-man squads or in 2-man squads. That's why it's hard. So, again, wala rin silang pang-secure din ng kill. And I feel like that's the problem. Even though, let's say, RR may chance na magkaroon ng mistake, they don't have the punish potential, if you know what I'm saying.
Exactly. And pansinin nyo guys, as far as SK, how they've been crowding across this map, medyo nalilimitan na sila. If you notice, they don't really go as far as the river anymore because they don't have that same map control anymore because of how behind they are and because of how many turrets they've lost so early on. And at this point, all they can do is just find themselves in a much more reactive position sa kung ano yung gagawin ng RR. So again, another Abyssal Dragon being taken here. This gold difference, it's really gonna start spiraling out of control kung hindi makabawi itong Silent Knights within the next few minutes.
Exactly. Pero you can see that iba yung priorities ng Silent Knights. They know bot side medyo open, but they still decided to, you know, let's try to push this top side, meaning walang magbabantay sa bot. And if walang magbabantay sa bot, that would either equal to a dragon or a tower, which they might suffer. Walang magre-responde except si Batman na nandun, si Vindicate. He's just scouting around. We'll see, though, if it's going to be successful. He's the only guy there.
Vindicate trying to run it out. He's just carefully getting dived on and shut down. Inside place, getting the kill. Are they going to go for Dark Slayer, though? There's not really... Okay, it will be a bit tricky. RR is slowly making their way towards that area. They know something is up, and this is going to erupt into a fight right here. Roller is trying to back away real fast, takes so much damage. Inside place, getting the kill. That's Marksman for Marksman. Super Elmer is the next to fall. Eruption and Suzy Star, they're trying to back away. The numbers are in SK's advantage right here and there. But look at that. That will be 3. Make that a total of a 4 for nothing, in fact.
4 for nothing, and they're gonna get the Dark Slayer too. They're prioritizing the Spirit Sentinel, but what happened there was they lost Batman, so most of, you know, their power is in the side of Batman. He's not going to be in battle, but they're going to secure a consolation prize, which is Inzai. He's going to fall, but that would mean a deny. Knowing the fact that you're going to lose your marksman, less damage, less DPS, so okay, they're not going to secure the Dark Slayer. They decided to go for the Sentinel instead. But one thing I'd like to point there is that Eruption overshocked. It didn't hit the targets that he wanted. He was trying to flank, perhaps. I'm not quite sure. Pero yun yung nangyari. Hindi na maximize yung kay Eruption, yung ultimate skill ni Malok. But then again, maganda yung distraction na nakuha nila. It's like a sentinel. Kasi yung ginawa ni Batman kanina, para hindi ma-push yung turret, I'm just gonna be a distraction. It's fine. At least hindi na secure yung Dark Slayer. So, medyo okay. 7k gold lead pa naman ditong team ng Red Reindeer. So, it's not a huge loss for their side. But they're prepared for another fight.
Oh no, Alyssa and Leather, they're trying to run away. Eruption just gonna continue to slay them. The rest of RR gonna converge right there. Eruption gets a 2-man in onto SK. Alyssa very, very low and gets slayed by Vindicate. And they will content themselves with that 1 kill. Eruption a little bit on the lower side, but still, mission accomplished. Check for RR.
Check for RR indeed. And Omega is very, very far away. So it might be a potential 3v5. It's very risky unless they get a steal on this one. Is there going to be a steal? I'm not quite sure, Arctic.
Oh, Doggy goes straight in. Leather will be the next to fall. They're just being taken down 1 by 1. I mean, after taking that buff, that's going to be tons of damage. Inside place, wow! Skill shot on point by Roller, and boom, he gets the kill.
Beautiful, beautiful flying spear coming from Roller there, securing the kill. But again, it was risky in the first place. It was 3v5. Omega was quite far. Si Mika Daime nagpo-push, nag-split push sa baba. So that would equate them a really huge loss. Not a, I mean, I guess 4v5 na, so wala na sigurong chance. But Alyssa, oh no!
Ooh. Roller just rolling with the spears right then and there. Boom, Alyssa going down. Is this going to be the game though? RR really methodical, takes that top turret. They're going to go for mid as well. And that's going to be super minions pushing in. And that's a lot of pressure that SK has to deal with. Pressure that they're not quite ready to deal with considering how behind they are. 24.9k to 36k. That's pretty massive of a difference, especially since we're only 11 minutes into the game. And RR, if they decide to transition towards bot side, could eventually lead to a potential game over and the end of a clean streak for SK.
Exactly. Beautiful early lead from Red Reindeers and then their rotations to boot. We'll see though, Batman's gonna bump into a couple of members here at the Sage Golem rather, as they're going to be entering the fight. We'll see who's going to win this one, as Mika Daima is super low at this point. Shock Eruption coming from behind, but Inzai plays with the free hits at the side, but it's going to be too late as 4 members are fallen with 2 down for Red Reindeers. They have the upper hand with only Inzai, the sole member, protecting the base.
Man, I don't think Inzai plays can defend this. Here comes the rest of RR. They're going to go straight for the Nexus. Suzis are hesitating a bit though. Take note, 3 members, 3 very tanky members. So not really the fast takedown on this Nexus. And there's only a few seconds left till the rest of SK is up. Looks like RR, they're trying to push it. They might want to back away at this point, but no, looks like they're going to try to finish it up. Take note, Leather is up, so is Mika Daima. Suzis are interruption. They're trying to go straight for the Nexus, but no, that will be Super Elmer going down. Eruption will manage to escape though.
You know, I've seen a couple of back doors for this kind of situation. I mean, the Nexus is pretty low, and we'll see though, because that's 20 seconds more or less on the clock for a couple of members to rise. And meanwhile, this opens up Silent Knight to take a few towers down the line in this mid lane. Meanwhile, Batman and the rest of the members already, you know, trying to go back to their own positions, or, you know, giving this up instead because they know that they can't do anything. It's a 4-man squad. Heal actually being used there just for precautionary purposes. But a couple of seconds left, and then objectives will now respawn.
Small consolation prize for SK right there. But as far as getting back into this game, they still have quite a bit of a way to go. But let's go ahead and see if they could try to defend though, because like I mentioned, Red Reindeers, they could just opt to go straight off for the bot lane because Super Minuets are already pushing out towards top and mid. And oh no, Alyssa, you're caught in a very dangerous position right there. Roll Eruption and Vindicate going straight onto this very tanky member, gets shredded down, and boom, down Alyssa goes. Roller gets the kill.
Oh man, I feel like if she had, actually no, the heal wouldn't have helped.
Yeah.
I mean, the members were quite far, and I feel like they're kind of like, no, this bye-bye. So it's fine. So it's a 4v5 for a couple of seconds. It's going to be okay because there's not many objectives to take as of yet, unless they're really, really trying to push this out. Doggy actually being caught by the Flying Spear is going to be enough as they want to dive in, as they slow down Mika Daima. Nice knock up there for themselves. Omega's going to fall down. Leather is just going to try to run away. They're aiming for the Nexus this time around as the minions are slowly moving into their base. That's going to be Eruption tanking and them winning. Red Reindeers takes game number 2.
Wow, and there goes the undefeated streak for SK. Darn it.
Oh well.
At least for them, but at least Red Reindeers, they could be a little bit more happier knowing that not going to give them that too much of a pleasure for this best of 5. So we might, I don't know. I mean, with 1-1 equals right now, it's pretty much a reset at this point. It's still anybody's game.
Exactly. There's a potential game number 5 if ever we are going to game number 5. And as you can see, there's the stats. Leather here on the Chogdar and MVP for Vindicate. It is really understandable because during the early phases of the game, he just kept on going, getting the kills, especially top side and mid side of the map. So they managed to transition that into objectives, into gold, and that is because that is the reason why, rather, that they won the game. Really good, you know, kills to objectives transitions.
So there you have it, guys. Man, oh man, I'm really interested in seeing how Game 3 will go because at this point, I mean, Red Reindeers, they definitely stepped up their game in comparison to... They performed great during the group stage, both teams. But I like that Red Reindeers, you know, they're showing signs of fight. They're not going to let the undefeated streak deter them that easily. So, ladies and gents, like I mentioned, that has only been Game 2. When we come back, Game 3, who will lead the fray once again? We'll just have to find out in just a bit. Once again, we've been your casters, Arctic serves on. With me is Riku. This is the AOV All-Star event, all in the benefit of Generation Hope. We'll be right back in just a few.
Here, Vindicate looking for the kills once again. Here comes the Flying Spear onto Leather. Nice Cyclone as well. They finish off the kill. Inzai super low. Will they be able to finish it off? Yes, he will. Vindicate on the Batman. Is very good.
Oh yeah, I like that there. But I mean, way towards that area. They know something is up. And this is gonna have to do a fight right here. Roller is trying to back away real fast. Takes so much damage. Inzai plays getting the kill. That's Marksman for Marksman. Super Elmer is the next to fall. Eruption and Suzy Star. They're trying to back away. The numbers are in SK's advantage right here and there. But but look at that. That will be 3. Make that listen, Leather. They're trying to run away. Eruption just going to continue to slay them. The rest of RR going to converge right there. Eruption gets a 2-man in onto SK Alyssa. Very, very low. And gets slayed by Vindicate. And they will contend themselves with that 1 kill. That's a little bit on the lower side. Doggy goes straight in. Leather will be the next to fall. They're just being taken down 1 by 1. I mean, after taking that buff, that's going to be tons of damage. Inside plays. Wow. Skill shot on point by...
As they're going to be entering the fight. We'll see who's going to win this one as Mika Daima is super low at this point. Shock. Eruption coming from behind, but Inside plays with the free hits at the side, but it's going to be too late as 4 members are fallen with 2
looks
down
like they're going to
Red.
try to finish it up. Jacob Leather is up. No is Mika Daima. Suzy saw Interruption. They're trying to go straight for the Nexus, but no, that will be Super Elmer going down. Eruption will manage to escape though.
You know, enough as they want to dive in as they slow down Mika Diamond. Nice knock up there for themselves. Omega's going to fall down. Leather is just going to try to run away. They're aiming for the Nexus this time around as the minions are slowly moving into their base. That's going to be Eruption tanking and them winning. Red Reindeers take game number 2.
Wow, and there goes the undefeated.
I'm watching you. I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman.
Hey guys, welcome back to AOV All-Stars, and we're really, really hyped as we're going to be heading on to game number 3 later on. Again, for those people who just came in, we are giving away codes from time to time, so just watch out on your screens. But again, this is a time and season for giving. But before that, I'm Riku. Joining me here today again is Arctic. Yeah. So how was the second game for you?
And I almost thought you were gonna ask me how was dinner for you.
How was dinner for you?
Yeah, second game was, like I mentioned, I'm really surprised. I was really thinking that Silent Knights was going to go undefeated. But then again, like I mentioned, Red Reindeers looks like they came prepared going into the finals. So, I don't know. Predictions out of the window. It's anybody's game at this point.
Exactly. So just to remind you guys that we have an 80,000 peso prize pool for this AOV All-Stars tournament. And a part of it is going to Generation Hope to build more classrooms in the Philippines. So we're doing it for the kids. So the total cash, yung na-gather natin for kanina sa game number 2 natin is 8,200 pesos.
Wow.
And that is the total cash from game number 1 is 15,100 pesos. Hey!
I feel like we're it's like one of those, those noontime variety shows.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you need that kind of effect.
Tapos meron karatula, tapos may prize na ganon. But yeah, we're doing it for charity as well. Not only that we're playing our favorite game, but we're also doing, we're doing it for the kids. So again, really, really excited for this best of 5 series. We're heading into game number 3 later on. So just to remind you guys, we're giving away codes. At this point, it's 1-1. Red Reindeers, Silent Knights are even.
Cool. Again, it's almost like a reset. We're in. Whoever wins this particular game, once again, will take the lead. And technically, we'll be at match point, whoever wins this game. So,
actually,
syempre, gaya ng sinasabi ko kanina pa, let us know from wherever you're watching, whether it be Facebook Live or gaming.youtube.com/page Garena/live as to kung sino gusto nyong manalo dito sa AOV All-Star. RR Bao SK, nalaman natin yan as we head into the pick and ban phase.
May mga hashtags pa nga yan like hashtag RRWin or hashtag SKWin. So you guys can tweet that out. I can check that out as well. So let's see what the first ban is going to be. No surprises there for the Violet, but the Raz being taken out, and Fennec, this is just really a recycle of the drafts that we've seen. No surprises there, but we'll see if they're going to be prioritizing the Malok this time around, because in secondary rotations, they decide not to. They decide to go for the comfort picks, because we've seen Alyssa and Suzy Star always with the Tara, always with the Thane, but they switch it up. It's fine if they give the Tara to Suzy Star.
Wow, looks like they really like this Arthur-Thane combo for SK. So, again, it's all about the isolation, setting up for whenever the marksman or the primary carry of SK goes for games. I'm actually wondering if they're going to go for the same trend of sending another marksman in the jungle, but we'll just have to see. Meanwhile, from RR, we see a hover over the... Actually, not even a hover over. That's going to be a lock-in on the Slim, so double marksman for RR. And Malok as well going to be taken, so... Interesting draft so far by RR. Let's go ahead and see how SK is going to respond.
RR is super confident with drafting this double marksman composition. I mean, they're very comfy with their rotations anyway. It worked out for them earlier during the Batman in terms of damage, so I'm guessing that they might go for an early game rotation to kills either mid and top as well, since if I'm guessing correctly, this is going to be a replication of game number 1 where, Mika Daime and Alyssa is going to stay at the bot side of the map with the Arthur and that Thane pick this time around. But this just means that they're comfy enough to give the Slims away as long as meron silang Thane and Arthur on their side.
At the same time, though, this makes me wonder. I mean, a lot of ideal marksmen have been taken off the table for SK as far as in mobility if they do send a marksman jungle. So, okay, there you go. Of course, the most logical is that when you don't have the Fennec, when you don't have the Slims, when you don't have the Violet, why not go for the Joker?
Joker fits in a lot of compositions. He's fine on his own. He's pretty balanced as well. He has the right amount of CCs just to take care of himself, just in case things get a little bit too sticky, or just in case hindi niya kasama yung Chogner when he gets caught out. But again, I really fear RR's composition. I mean, that's an Ormar, there's a Tara, and that's a Malok as well. If you pair that up with really scary backline marksmen, top tier marksmen,
true.
If you look at it, then it's gonna be threatening to play around that kind of composition. And with the secured picks that they have, that means it's easier for them to secure objectives because they have more damage, they have more DPS, and the CCs that they provide. I mean, the reason why we saw a lot of fights that was prevented when Fennec was picked was because of the Cyclone. It's a
True.
very good zoning tool for themselves. And let's see what's going to happen in game number 3.
So there you go, ladies and gents. Let's go ahead and see who will spearhead into developing that lead into match point. So far, though, looks like are going to stick to their guns. Actually, to be more precise, they're going to be sticking together. Might be going for an invade. Are we going to be seeing a level 1 fight, though? That might be a possibility. Mika Daime gets hit by the spear. No further pursuit, though, coming in from RR. So they will be making the retreat for now. No hanky-panky. And quite surprisingly, for the first time in this Best of 5, we're going to be seeing no invades from either side.
Playing safe at this point because, again, momentum is on the side of Red Reindeers at this point, and I'm pretty sure Silent Knights just wants to get back into the game at this time around. But I would like to remind the viewers out there that we're giving away codes for y'all out there watching, so huwag kayong umalis, don't go away, don't take your eyes off the screens, but don't sit too close in the monitor, might ruin your eyes. Just balance it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, stay tuned to mga codes, and you might win awesome freebies from AOV.
At syempre, paunahan yung codes natin. So make sure nakabukas na yung item redemption nyo sa AOV. Kasi fastest hand will get the prize.
Your fastest typer and most accurate. Baka mamaya
Yes.
mali yung na-insert nyo. But then again, we'll see an attack here on the bottom side of the map. They're focusing here on Mika Daime as she is the one who's close to death. And there we go. Vindicate once again with the first blood.
That was a great collapse coming in from our roller. A little bit late, but not even needed. And overall, let's go ahead and see. Red Reindeers, again, I'm assuming that they might have better control over Abyssal Dragon if they continue to pick this up. Roller, though, going in onto Inside Place. Inside Place caught in a very awkward position under turret. In fact, Rollers, though, takes quite a bit of damage. But wow, looks like Inside Place going to go for, no pun intended, but going to make the play right there. Alyssa, though, fending for herself. Mika Daime has made her way to the bot lane to assist her comrade or sister. And so far, no further casualties just yet. 1-1 equal. Gold pretty equal as well.
Silent Knights super confident with their 4-man dive, or just a Wukong rather, but still they have the rest of the members assisting towards that kill. They're really putting a lot of pressure on the mid side of the map. That's very well played by SK. Meanwhile, Abyssal Dragon being very sneakily taken by Red Reindeers at this point. Do they know? Yes, they know. Mika Daime will not be able to do anything as Inzai Place was just too far away to actually try to secure that one.
Oh man. I think this is another tricky thing that Silent Knights has to deal with. When you have an Ormar as well as a Tara
Yes, Tara.
towards the bot lane, they're just going to continue to shove that out. And every time they shove out that lane, that also allows them much more time to, hey, let's go for Abyssal Dragon. They can make for a cheeky roam towards mid as well. So there's a lot more options. So it's almost expected that for Alyssa and Mika Daime on this lane. And Vindicate though, gonna go straight in. Mika Daime gonna be the first target once again. Super Elmer tries to go in, tries to get CC, but no, a little bit too late. Mika Daime and Alyssa able to escape to turret safety.
This is one of the safest lanes we've seen from game number 1, and they're really gonna have to rely on the Fennec getting that Cyclone in the proper position to just really block out their escape path. But Super Elmer just gonna lead the charge as they're not gonna be able to secure any kill whatsoever. But look at that, Leather is moving in towards the bot side just to see if they're gonna be re-engaging. Looks like no, but again, it's gonna be relying on yung si Slims dito for the heavy CCs, for that really long CCs for themselves para makasecure sila ng kill. But again, Leather is just there for the additional damage, for additional safety. There's the poke.
I gotta hand it to SK though. I like the fact that they were able to get the turret take early on sa mid lane, kasi that gives a little bit more flexibility for Leather to roam across the map. And since he's running a Joker, I mean, Joker, he's a little bit more vulnerable in the earlier levels. Pero he's one of those heroes wherein if you're able to get him to the late game, boy, is he gonna hurt like a
truck.
There you go. Disaster averted.
That's I got you, fam. I got you, fam.
Rico got my back, guys.
Yeah, boy. So anyway, moving to the Red Reindeers rotation. They're going to bump into Leather. Let's see Cyclone being used. There's the flicker. Leather will be safe as he's going to join in the Wukong for safety. Thane actually just using his ultimate right there. Roller's going to be safe for now as Inside Plays dives into danger.
Whoa.
He suffers. He's now dead as Alyssa will charge in towards the wall. But look at that. Vindicate is going to be safe for now. He's just trying to get a better position and focusing on Alyssa. Will he secure the kill? Just a couple of more hits. Look at the regeneration. That's insane. Alyssa is now under the tower. Into the Valiant Charge, he's safe. There's the Cyclone just to zone them away. Super Elmer low as well, but they managed to secure a couple of kills with Chognar still safe at this point. 2 members down, 1 for Vindicate, and that is 2 members down as well. The fight is not stopping,
Whoa.
Arctic.
Man, okay, I guess you could take a moment to breathe now, Riku. But yeah, I gotta agree with you. That was a pretty long fight that transpired right there. But overall, it didn't really sway towards anybody's favor. Kill advantage. Whoa, Leather's not done just yet though. Super Elmer, down you go, but at the cost of his life. But man, that's what I'm talking about right there. Joker is gonna hurt like there's no tomorrow. And Leather, so far he's been very proficient. A lot of those kills went to him. For as far as what kills Silent Knights did get, a lot of them went to Leather. So, man, that's only gonna be a bit more of a problem for Red Rangers, especially in the late game. Once the rest of SK starts frontlining for him.
Exactly. I mean, I'm pretty sure Leather was aiming for the highlight reels for
Oh,
that
yeah.
move. That was a sweet, skill shot being landed there, and he successfully managed to land that. But anyway, moving on. Eruption, though, loses his top side turret already, means more control for Silent Knights this time around. And as you can see, SK is really dominating the map at this point, even scaring away Roller back to his own turret with a 3-man rotation here at the mid side of the map. Meanwhile, we can see Mikadaime is super low at this point. They lose a tower as well. Vindicate and Susisar doing the best they can to create more pressure around the map.
This game is absolutely crazy. Red Rangers, their advantages is definitely in the Abyssal Dragon Ticks. Meanwhile, for Silent Knights, key turrets that allows a little bit more maneuverability, but Vindicate has to be careful. Here comes Super Elmo and Super Elmo. Super Elmer and I am Elmo. I don't know where that came from. Sesame Street vibes right there. But meanwhile, look at this though. I mean, like I mentioned, Silent Knights, they're making up for it in 2 turret takes, but these 2 turret takes are crucial to allow Leather to really maneuver across this map. So, man, I guess it could still swing either way, but Doggy, is he going to try to search for something? No, not quite. That is a Chognar, a little bit on the slower end of the spectrum. I mean, when you're a big elephant, you can't really ram anybody down.
That is true, but meanwhile, we can see Vindicate throwing in the Cyclone just to zone them away. We'll see, though, as Doggy is actually pretty in deep, but that doesn't matter. Vindicate actually falls down, but meanwhile, we can see that the mid side of the map, we see Roller is just going to finish this off with Inzai trying to escape here. Just a couple of more hits. Is he going to have the Flying Spear in? But top side, we're going to go back there as Eruption is super low in the middle of it all. It doesn't matter. 2 members down for the side of Red Reindeers, and 5 still complete for Silent Knights.
Man, oh man, things, again, a lot of action happening across the map towards top, towards mid, but still. Oh no, Roller forced to go 1v1 with Inzai Place, but damn, that is the power of the Wukong right there. Assassination, successful.
Mission accomplished for this monkey boy. So Vindicate is going to be pushing and trying to assassinate, perhaps. We'll have to see if it's going to be successful. Inzai Plays probably already used his ultimate. Vindicate, oh my god, mistakes were made. Oh no. Matchup, I guess that's a matchup thing going on there. Inzai is definitely on top of his game with that Wukong.
Oh yeah, definitely. Just flexing a few muscles there, but that's the tricky part for RR. I mean, they are running double marksman, and Vindicate and Roller on Fennec and Slims, they need to start respecting that Wukong, because marksmen, they're pretty, they're marksmen, they're pretty squishy, and you don't really want to go up against an assassin that could just monkey his way into more kills. But it looks like we're going to have a fight. Is SK going to commit themselves to this tower dive? No, not quite. But here comes that new wave. Leather almost got hit by that spear from the Slims, but no, won't be connecting. Meanwhile, Vindicate going to fend with the wave, pushing out by Inzai plays towards bot lane. A lot of waves pushing in for Silent Knights, I gotta say. They're just really bringing the pressure. But no, Leather unfortunately gets the stun. Gonna try to contend with Roller. Suzy Sar gonna join in. But Leather unfortunately finally goes down. Roller getting the kill, and he is rolling on the Slim.
I feel like he was very, ballsy staying alone there. I mean, there was no one para mag-assist sa kanya dun sa top side of the map. But anyway, I feel like it's a distraction, if you will, para hindi masyado mag-spread out yung members ng Red Reindeers. They were forced to just defend that top side of the map, assuming that maybe some of the members are just lingering around the corner just to get that Dark Slayer control sa top side. But meanwhile, we have Inzai play soloing the Abyssal Dragon. Medyo okay yung map control na meron ng SK at this point, and it's Red Reindeers who's just really respecting the strength, especially Inzai on this Wukong. Sobrang apparent yung nakita natin na damage on the marksmen that they have, especially to Vindicate, especially to Roller there. So they really have to respect, but I don't know what's going to happen here, Arctic.
Oh, Vindicate trying to run this out, but that's Doggy and Leather collapsing onto him. Vindicate actually manages to get a kill. Doggy as well, forced to deal with 3 members collapsing onto him. Does get the kill onto Leather though. Meanwhile, Doggy being chased down by Super Elmer. Suicide Interruption, they're going to start to back away, going to start respecting the rest of FSK that is going to go in for the response. Make a diamond. Is she going to try something? No, not quite just yet. Super Elmer, though, going to walk undeterred. Inzai plays, going for the split push once again. Susitar going to try to fend him off. Meanwhile, Eruption dealing quite a bit of damage there onto Alyssa. Continues to chase on Susitar, taking quite a bit of damage herself. Inzai plays just way too painful on this Wukong. He's going to start pushing. Is he going to try to force it? But goes straight for Suzy Sar. But no! Suzy Sar survives with a slither of health. Man, oh man.
Man, that was a great bait mate scene we witnessed there. I'm pretty sure you're going to be hungry for the kills.
Oh,
beautiful
Eruption!
shot from Eruption just to dodge the skill shot coming from the Joker. Well played, man.
Yeah, the great escape right there. Eruption. Quite the slippery move right there. Too much success, though. Does survive, but grabe, this game is just... I don't know how to describe it.
It's a micro fiesta.
Yeah,
it's a
there you
micro
go.
fiesta what's happening here. And I really am enjoying this celebrity match here for our side. Red Reindeers is going to be trying to run away from Doggy as he's on the Chognar. So far, so good naman dito sa Silent Knights. But slowly, they're losing their lead. At this point, si Red Reindeers medyo naka-adjust na, and I'm pretty sure they're a little bit more confident now in facing them 5v5. Kasi nakita natin na Inzai decided to maybe not go for the split push at this point and maybe prioritize the Dark Slayer take right now, as it is already 12 minutes into the game.
Ooh, SK is starting to converge towards this Dark Slayer. Are they going to try to go for it? Still, they're looking for a potential pickoff before they go for that rather juicy objective. Abyssal Dragon was taken by Inzai Play solo. We'll grant them a little bit more of a gold boost right there, slowly building up. Nothing particularly substantial just yet. But then again, oh, Inzai Plays getting the kill right away onto Vindicate. Vindicate, unfortunately, even in the comfort of their own jungle, gets taken out, and that will allow SK to go straight for the Dark Slayer.
I now understand why Wukong was banned earlier. Now Inzai is just really killing it on the Wukong. Meanwhile, Eruption is going to be leading the retreat squad instead, as Dark Slayer is being taken down. 1/4 HP, no contest whatsoever for the Red Reindeers. They're going to give this away, and again, Silent Knights has control over the map. They did a 1-3-1 push earlier, so that means waves are going to be in their favor. So it is very timely for them, especially they get the Dark Slayer in. All they have to do is just recover, push for a 5-man squad, and we'll see how they're going to fare with this 5v5 team fight, if ever they're going to be aiming for that.
Man, oh man, though, with Dark Slayer on Silent Knights, mas lalong kailangan mag-ingat ng R, lalo kay Inzai plays on this Wukong. Particularly, si Vindicate tsaka si Roller, because with this Dark Slayer buff, it's just going to make for an easier assassination for Inzai Play. It's going to be much more slippery. Meanwhile, looks like they're going for another split configuration here. Leather and Doggy.
Oh my God.
Pushing out this turret is very, very low, though. You have to be careful. Leather could easily take it down. Trying to skill shot at target. Not quite connecting. They're just waiting for that minion wave to push in. Patience is virtue for SK here.
Oh my
Wow.
God. Easy passive for Leather on the Joker there. For that increased range, just going to tick down on the seconds for their passive to kick in, but
Oh,
Eruption
no.
is gonna get charged by Alyssa here, but Inside Plays has a different priority target. He's gonna get low at this point. Roller gonna finish off the kill. There's the shot just to knock people up. Leather is just gonna flicker away to safety as Alyssa is the only one left here on the base. He's trying to run away, but look at the CCs, look at the slows. It's not gonna be enough. No Valiant Charge. There is a Valiant Charge. It's not gonna be enough, but that is two members falling down from Silent Knights.
Unfortunate there for SK. That fight could have potentially gone in their favor, but nobody was able to frontline for Inside Place when he got caught off just straight without being able to retreat with the rest of his teammates. Meanwhile, SK looks like they're going to try to go for a Spirit Sentinel. Susie's are going to try to chase down Leather, though. He is quite low, not to mention a very squishy, vulnerable Joker. Will be able to escape, though, with the help of his teammate RR. Looks like they're going to get a turret in their hands. All outer turrets are down for Silent Knights. They want to go for another Leather. Meanwhile, tries to go for Vindicate. That's so much damage. And that will force Vindicate to back away, but still RR managing to take a turret. Looks like the rest of SK Alyssa going to be up in 3, 2, 1, and this could be yet another opportunity for SK to go on the offense.
Silent Knights is definitely gonna be, what do you call this, wary sa damage na double marksman na meron sila. Kasi just imagine, syempre, papunta na tayo sa late game, death timers are gonna be longer, and that would equal or equate to a potential 2 to 3 tower takes if ever may namatay sa kanila dalawa, tatlo. Kasi again, they have the Fennec, they have the Slims on their side. So they do have the upper hand in terms of sieging potential or taking down objectives faster in comparison to Silent Knights. But again, nakakuha sila ng dalawang turret. I guess it's fine. Darkslayer will not spawn in a while. So they're doing this again. Silent Knights knows that because of their squishy composition for Red Reindeers, all they have to do is try to split them up. They can 1v1, 2v2 if they want to. Ganun yung composition ng Silent Knights, and that's why they're confident in doing this 1-3-1 or 1-4, 1-3-1, whatever rotation na gusto nilang gawin sa pag-push or pag-siege. But a lot of pressure is going around for Silent Knights, and we'll see how RR is going to defend this one.
Meanwhile, looks like RR, they're starting to establish some level of defensive control. But then again, the juicy thing, the nail in the coffin could be if SK gets this remaining turret from RR. And take note, it's very, very low. Only a matter of time. RR needs to start fending off that wave. Meanwhile, Eruption tries to go for Initiate. Leather, though, going to try to go for the counter. Ultimate popped up right there by Vindicate, and fortunately doesn't quite connect on to any of the members of SK. And there we go, pressure coming in across the board from SK's waves pushing in, and that is the last turret from RR. This could potentially be the end of game. SK looking for that window of opportunity to go for the finish, but of course they still have to fend with RR. Now with double marksman, a little bit more painful now as we head into the late game. Let's go ahead and see though. Looks like SK trying to figure out what to do. Are they going to opt to wait for Darkslayer though? That could be an option.
So much respect coming from Silent Knights on Red Reindeers. They know that they have a lot of dive potential. They know of a lot of CCs, especially if you get Leather caught out. I'm not sure if the Chognar is going to be enough to save these squishy targets, especially if they're going to be banking here on Leather for most of the siege damage. So I'm pretty sure they're going to be worried, especially Inzai is also a key member in terms of assassinating or eliminating ace players from the side of Red Reindeers. So they really have to be careful. But again, no towers already. No safety. Whoa, look at the damage on Roller.
No. RR is just going to be their last line of defense right here. SK, they're just really waiting for these waves to push even in. And again, like you mentioned, the respect is definitely there. Oh, I see the counter for Darkslayer is going to be up any moment. If Silent Knights get this, that's going to be that moment of opportunity to try to go in on it, to try to finish out the game, probably force a fight onto RR. Let's go ahead and see, though. It's crucial this next minute.
All they have to do is wait it out. If they want it safe, then they can just wait 30 seconds more, poke it out. They do have the pokes coming from Leather on that Joker. Take away all objectives as much as you can. Get that gold in. Get more items as you wait for that Darkslayer to spawn, to get that sure, you know, all buffed up, ready to go, charge towards your base, Silent Knight squad. So it's just being very patient. And the thing is, this is the time window that Silent Knights Red Rangers could have opted for. They could have Eruption Shock in the backline, I mean, I'm pretty sure they don't know where the Wukong is in the first place. I guess they're playing safe, clearing down the waves. They don't want to risk it. They want to make sure that Silent Knights charge in first so that they can do the reactive plays instead of them starting the fight. But that would mean Dark Slayer is going to be free for the taking.
Indeed, there you go. Inside place and Alyssa. Only 2 members needed to take down that Slayer. And boom, buff is up for all the members of SK. This is the moment we've been waiting for, guys. Could this lead to the finish? Could this lead to the end of the game right here? Let's go ahead and see what SK will be going for. Inside place tries to see if anybody can extend their boundaries from RR. Not quite. The rest of RR is rather busy trying to defend and fend off the waves, pushing in onto their Nexus. SK, though, they're just waiting for the right time here. Inside plays as well, looking for that one member of RR to overstep their boundaries here. Oh, inside play, sneaky. It looks like SK gonna go straight for the Nexus. The waves are coming in. This is gonna be the last fight right here. Eruption taking quite a bit of damage right there, but no, they go straight for the Nexus, and boom, game 3 goes to Silent Knights.
Wow, that was a compared to game number 1 and game number 2, that was super duper close. You can tell that Silent Knights respected the late game damage coming from that double marksman composition para sa RR squad. So, but then again, they weren't really getting, you know, towers down,
Right.
yung RR. So all they had to do, it was a very, very slow death for RR. They were chipping in all the objectives, and as you can see, Ako si Doggy is actually the MVP on the Chognar for Silent Knights.
No surprise right there. But then again, I mean, with that game, especially that last fight, I wouldn't even call it a fight. I was ready to build up towards that last 5v5, and they just go straight for the Nexus. I was actually caught off
Preparing
guard there.
yourself,
Yeah, I was
yeah.
preparing myself to build up like, it's in.
They have their priorities. They're aiming
Yeah.
for that Nexus, and they did win that game number 3. So now it's gonna be 2-1. But again, there's gonna be codes for you guys. So sabi nga ni Arctic, get your clients open,
Yes.
yung redemption code open para instant insert, and then you win some freebies. But again, that is just game number 3. This is a best of 5 series for our final Celebrity All-Stars for AOV. So I'm super duper excited heading into game number 4. But before that, we're gonna head on over to a break. Again, I'm Riku. Together with me is Arctic, my man. So we'll see you guys in a few. Suffers! He's now dead, as Alyssa will charge in towards the wall, but look at that. Vindicate is going to be safe for now. He's just trying to get a better position and focusing on Alyssa. Will he secure the kill? There's a couple of more hits. Look at the regeneration. That's insane. Alyssa is now under the tower, and the Valiant charge, he's safe. There's the Cyclone just to zone them away. Super Elmer low as well, but they managed to secure a couple of kills with
I don't know what's gonna happen here, Arctic.
Oh, Vindicate trying to run this out, but that's Doggy and let it collapsing onto him. Vindicate actually manages to get a kill. Doggy as well, forced to deal with 3 members collapsing onto him. Does get the kill on
He's gonna get charged by Alyssa here, but Inside Plays has a different priority target. He's gonna get low at this point. Roller gonna finish off the kill. There's the shock just to knock people up. Leather is just gonna flicker away to safety as Alyssa is the only one left here on the base. He's trying to run away, but look at the CCs, look at the slows. It's not gonna be enough. No Valiant charge. There is a Valiant charge, but it's not gonna be enough. But that is 3.
Sneaky. It looks like SK gonna go straight for the Nexus. The waves are coming in. This is gonna be the last fight right here. Eruption taking quite a bit of damage right there, but no, they go straight for the Nexus, and boom, game 3 goes to Silent Knights.
You can't spell slaughter without laughter.
You're already too late. I, Samus, have already sowed the seeds of your world's destruction. So, you do have some bite. I haven't felt such a thrill in ages. Who are you, Dark Knight?
I am your deepest fear. I am your darkest nightmare. I am Batman. I am not alone. We will stand and fight.
Welcome back mga challenger dito sa AOV All-Star. Kakagaling lang natin sa Game 3 wherein Silent Knights once again forcing it now into what is match point 2-1. Heading into Game 4 though, makakabawi ba ang Red Rangers to force it into a Game 5? Malalaman natin na in just a bit. But of course, before that, papakilala mo kami maybe ng casters nyo. I'm Arctic at your service, ma'am. With me is Riku.
At your service as well. Wow, formal. Pero yung match kanina, sobrang exciting kasi we thought that maybe a double marksman composition would have worked out, but it didn't really translate into anything. Pero we'd just like to remind you guys na sa mga kakarating pa lang, we're giving away codes for you guys. So stay tuned lang sa inyong mga screens. And also, this is not only, you know, a grand finale for our celebrities dito sa ating AOV All-Stars, but it's also giving back to the community. So meron tayong Generation Hope where they will build classrooms. And dito, meron tayong 80,000 pesos prize pool. And meron pupunta sa Generation Hope to build classrooms. And so far, ang nagather from game number 3 is 9,600 pesos to a total of 24,700 pesos.
Congratulations!
May sarili tayong tugtog. So I'm super, super happy na, you know, not only that we're playing the game that we love, but they're also playing for a cause.
Yes, and of course, syempre, kailangan natin pasalamatan yung celebrities natin that are in the finals. Of course, kay Super Elmo Eruption, Suzy Sar, Mika Diamond Doggy, and Alyssa Lau. Thank you guys so much. And syempre, hindi lang sila, pero pati yung mga celebrities natin na sumali nung group stage.
That's true.
I mean, it's really amazing that our celebrities are on board towards this one goal right here, which is to give back through Generation Hope.
Exactly. So talagang we feel the Christmas spirit. So I'm really excited for our game number 4 because obviously si SK na naman ngayon yung rollin'. They have the momentum this time around. But will you look at that? They're banning the Batman.
Batman gonna be taking out No Dark Knight for this particular game. I don't know why I went to that voice, but yeah, I should just
Good job. You actually did a pretty impressive
Thank you.
impression.
I think Sam was up. Just kidding.
Biglang ibang accent. But look at that. Not surprised. No, nothing surprising there as well for the Violet band. But talagang you can tell SK really prioritizes their Arthur
Yeah.
so much. I mean, this could mean that either Fennec or Slims is gonna be taken unless they're fine. Malok could be taken as a first pick as well. But they're changing the game. It's gonna be Zaptis.
Interesting, as well as the Slims. Gonna be a potential take here for Red Raiders. Let's go ahead and see though. Okay, gonna make a last minute switcheroo to Malok right there. Still a great pick as well. Let's go ahead and see how SK will be responding though. Okay.
This is smart because it's okay that they don't prioritize their marksmen anyway because they're fine with any. They're comfy with either Fennec or Slims. It will really depend on what kind of fighting style that they want to have. But you can tell that SK just really doesn't care as well if, you know, you take our comfort picks in terms of marksmen. We can play whatever we want. And they're going to secure the comfort picks of Mikadaime and Alyssa instead.
And take note, this is the heroes that we've seen from last game as well thus far. So, I guess I could kind of get that. I mean, why fix something that isn't technically broken and did lead SK to a victory? So, definitely not broken. Unless you're talking the broken in game, I'm gonna just slash everybody.
Actually, good point there. But again, Raz and Fennec being taken, this is very similar to game number 1. Like, I have seen this composition before. But meanwhile, that means the Slims. No questions there. It's fine. That's going to be obviously either on True Roller. Vindicate has been very good in these warrior type assassins, or in these assassins, melee assassins rather. So it's going to be one of his comfort zones. He's not going to stray away from what he's really good at. So for Red Reindeers, I'm really expecting again that kind of early game rotation because they're capable of doing so. Like, for example, maybe Roller again is going to secure those early game kills with, you know, Vindicate. We'll have to see if that's going to work out for them the same as the previous game we've witnessed.
So there you have it, guys, with both compositions locked in for both sides. Siyempre, sabihin niyo sa amin kung sino ang sinusuportahan niyo, whether it be you're watching through Facebook Live at facebook.com/GarenaAOVPH or sa ating YouTube stream, syempre, gaming.youtube.com/pagegarena/live. Red Reindeers ba or Silent Knights? Mukhang malalaman natin yan as we head into Game 4. We'll be loading on to Antares Battlefield in just a bit. Ooh, I actually like Inside Plays. Nakuha niya yung Red Reindeer. That's pretty hard to get, actually.
Yeah,
I'm kind of jelly.
I'm actually aiming for the Vera skin, the Christmas Vera skin. She's so pretty. But anyway, we're heading over to game number 4. We're gonna see if it's gonna be a Silent Knights win, or is Red Reindeers still gonna be up for another match and push it to a game number 5.
Ooh, Leather. Good forethought right there. Going to use a skill shot to spot out RR. He knows something is up, but Suzy Star going straight for Leather. Takes quite a bit of damage right there, but RR going to take that Sage Golem gladly away from Silent Knights.
No trades for the buffs at this point, but meanwhile, we're going to see SK gonna get that Sage Golem for themselves. So that is going to be indeed a trade as Super Elmer trying to stop that from happening. It's going to be too late. Vindicate is going to try to run away. Leather misses his first skill, but it's going to be okay. A lot of mobility heroes going around for both of these sides, and pretty balanced so far. But one thing that is constant, Mikadaime and Alyssa, bot lane duo with the Arthur and the Thane, the Knights, are in the bot.
Goals right here for Mikadaime and Alyssa. Meanwhile, Suzy Star and Super Elmer gonna gladly go up against them, but meanwhile Leather gonna go straight on the offense onto Eruption. Eruption gonna go for the trade as well. Leather has to be careful, takes quite a bit of damage. Meanwhile, Dougie is slowly making his way towards the top side. Are they gonna try to go for Eruption though? Leather not really quite in the position to do so, as he is a little bit on the lower spectrum of health. Looks like will restrain himself for the meantime.
I really like Malok top lane matchups in general because normally Malok just wins that. He just can escape. He has the sustain. He has the shields. When he gets his ultimate, he has the shock. If ever things gets a little bit too sticky, he has it engaged. He's a pretty balanced hero, and I can tell that Eruption is having the time of his life using that at the top lane. But meanwhile, we can see a sneaky Spirit Sentinel for the side of Red Reindeers, but that's Inzai taking down the Abyssal Dragon. They're trying to prevent this from happening here. RR, let's see what they're going to do to respond and take and steal. Is it going to happen?
Whoa! Yes, SK, meanwhile, they're trying to back away. Vindicate trying to give chase to Mikadaimi Roller as well. That will be first blood. Make that 2 kills total for the side of Red Reindeers. Here comes the rest of SK, though. Will they manage to seek vengeance for their fallen comrades? Eruption coming in from the back line as well. Managing to chase down Dougie and Letter, but no, that will be another decimation right there. A total of 3 for nothing in favor of RR.
Well done from RR, getting kills, getting steals. They're having the time of their lives. So early game at this point, 0-3. They're getting the leads, getting the objectives, and you'll see as Roller misses the flying spear, hits a minion instead. Leather is safe for now, but that would mean a lot of pressure. You can see Inzai very low, Leather very low as well. And again, Red Rangers is in a good spot at this point.
Whew. Things are looking pretty interesting here for Red Rangers thus far. I wonder, is this going to be the same trend like we saw during Game 2 where Red Rangers just go crazy snowball, out of control, out of this world, out of everything in the world?
We'll
I don't
see.
know.
We'll see, because we've seen some of the games went like that, as, you know, get the early game kill, snowball, just charge into the base and find these objectives, chip down towers from time to time, and it works. But just to remind you guys, we're showing codes from time to time as well. Cyclone being laid out onto the field. It's not going to be enough once again, as they are safe under turret.
Whew. Things are looking pretty good here thus far for our slow build up, but SK has all the means in the world to make that comeback right here. Meanwhile, Vindicate gonna make a rotation, just gonna continue to clear out camps here and there. Oh, is he going to try for something, though? Does manage out Doug. Spots out Dougie, making a comeback back to the top side. We'll go for a Spirit Sentinel instead.
Sneaky.
Gonna get that bonus HP regen. Inside plays in Leather. They smell something is up, but they're able to take down that Spirit Sentinel before RR could, or rather, before SK could even go for the steal. Looks like Suzisar and Super Helm are going to go for this Eagle right here. Will manage to successfully take it down. Meanwhile, Alyssa and Mika Diamond going to go straight in onto Suzisar and Super Elmer. Looks like they're trying to fend them off. But here comes Vindicate as well to seek for the response. But no, Rollers gets a great connect there. Stun onto Mika Diamond. That will be a full collapse. Super Elmer ultimately getting the kill.
That's the thing with the composition of Silent Knights. You can probably try to secure a kill with a Cyclone, just blocking off their escape. But nothing really beats having that hard CC coming from the Slims here for Roller. So once you get that in, everybody's just going to collapse onto you. No matter how tanky you are, there's just so much damage coming from the side of Red Reindeers. And there's a CC lock that could happen as well with an Ormar on their side. So if ever that does happen, they executed it well. And that's why Red Reindeers keeps getting the kills. And at this point, a lot of objectives is falling into their hands as well. That's why the gold lead is in their favor.
Yeah, looking good. RR thus far. Oh, Vindicate. Looks like he's not done just yet. Goes straight for inside plays, and down he goes. And this is straight up reminiscent of Game 2. Vindicate, kind of like the Batman earlier, where he just assassinates targets constantly. And I feel like that's where we're seeing a lot of this build-up of kills thus far for Red Reindeers. Meanwhile, Earth's top side, Dougie forces his ultimate to contend with Eruption here. Gonna trade off damage here and there. Dougie coming up on the better end of the spectrum.
Normally during the early phases of the game, if you're going to be against the Malok, normally you don't get so much kills. You normally have to have a group, like maybe 3-4 people to kill him off, but 2, definitely not enough. But with Zephys, with Vindicate rather, going around the map, making sure that all lanes are safe and not being pressured too much by Silent Knights. They're really doing a very, very good job at this one. So it's actually kind of funny, like if ever, you know, Malok comes from above with a shock and then death from above from the Zephys, it's just total chaos and total, you know, domination or elimination on whoever's going to be the squishiest target, or who's they're going to be primary focused on.
Right.
So it's just very, very unfortunate if ever that's going to happen for what I remember from SK.
Nako, meanwhile, RR, that's the defending side sila ngayon, just fending off the aggression coming in from SK towards this mid lane. This turret is very, very low, so no surprises right there as to why SK trying to force something right then and there. Meanwhile, that's going to be 3 members of SK collapsing straight onto Super Elmer. Looks like Both of them will escape under turret. Here comes Vindicate as well as Roller for the response. Are they going to try something? They actually try to go for a Dougie, but no, not getting the connect right there. Roller does have to back away. Gets hit by Leather, and no further pursuits just yet. Looks like fight not quite breaking out yet.
Nicely done there. Disengage from Silent Knights. They know that they can't take on the fight just yet. But look at that. Mid lane is about to get taken down at this point. No one could defend from that. But that means a free Abyssal Dragon due to the pressure, to the lack of pressure, rather. Oh, Alyssa!
Oh, Alyssa goes straight in. Super Elmer very, very low. Dashes his way out of there, but Mika Daime goes in, but has defend with 5 members of RR collapsing onto her, and boom, down she goes. Super Elmer getting the vengeance skill. Meanwhile, Alyssa, she's trying to back away. Take note, she doesn't have really that much mana. Quite low on health as well. RR continuing to chase here. Leather will try to help her out, and looks like that will be a clean escape. Meanwhile, Dougie and Inside Place pushing out that top turret quite efficiently. Vindicate goes straight in onto Dougie. That will be the knock-up onto Inside Place. Inside Place gonna try to sneak his way out of there, but no! He gets the kill, but wow, that will be the clutch move. Inside Place actually not only gets the kill, but he survives to tell the tale.
Clutch heal, man. That was great. You bait them with low HP. Turns out you got heal. That's heartbreaking for someone who really just wants to secure the kill. Knowing that you're inches away from death, then boom, you get a heal. But anyway, great job from Silent Knights. Using that bot lane engage as a distraction. Pushing 2-man there on the top side of the map, rather. So it was a very, very well-played, well-coordinated call on their side. So magaling, 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 magaling. I don't know where that's from.
Clap, clap, clap.
Exactly.
There you go. Just for that added effect, since you guys can't see us. So parang,
kailangan sabihin na nagka-clap tayo.
Meanwhile, though, RR, I mean, it's interesting because I was really thinking that they were going to build up on that momentum that they were within the first 3 minutes, but things are looking pretty equal. We're only seeing roughly 500 of a difference in terms of gold. So it's pretty much anybody's game. All comes down to win conditions once again, ladies and gents. Will our manage to force this into Game 5, or will this be the end of our best of 5 right here? Inside plays, takes quite a bit of damage. Vindicate gonna try to go on to Leather Roller, continuing the chase. Vindicate finds himself dealing with 2 members of SK. That will be Eruption, gets the knock up onto SK right there. Doggy, is he gonna manage to run away? That will be the stun connect, and boom, down he goes. Ultimate Roller gets the kill.
Roller with a skill shot, but the fight is not over as Suzy Soar and Super Elmer at the bot side of the map just trying to escape. They're going to be spinning their way to safety as Roller going to go back to Roller here on the Slims. Nicely placed skill shots there. Nicely done siege and damage as well. But this is their return to map control for Red Reindeers, because earlier there wasn't any towers taken at all, and meanwhile tier 2 turret already being taken at the top side of the map. So, ito yung pambawi nila from the early game na hindi sila masyado nakaka-siege. Meanwhile, Alyssa is the sole member trying to defend, wave clearing as well, using the ult. There's a charge in. We'll see what's going to happen.
Oh, Alyssa gets straight dived in, but here comes Mika Daime to help her out. Looks like RR will be backing away for the meantime. Leather tries to get a skill shot in onto RR, but won't connect. Looks like this will be a fight for Abyssal Dragon, though. RR is going to start it off. It's going quite low here. No steals happening just yet. Alyssa and Leather, they're going to be backing away. RR continuing the pursuit right there. Alyssa has to be careful. Stun almost connects, but not quite. Vindicate. Is he going to try to go for Leather? But no, looks like Mika Daime will be the target here. Alyssa tries to go straight in, but Mika Daime goes down. Looks like Alyssa might have to sacrifice herself as well. 2 members of SK are slain. And take note, Dark Slayer was taken in the midst of that by SK, so sneaky, sneaky move right there.
Beautiful response from Silent Knights, because they know that all hope is lost already from the team fight, and for sure, if you lose 2 members, then might as well that's going to be an auto eruption.
Wow!
Shot to safety, beautiful there from Eruption. So going back to my point, might as well take a consolation prize while everybody is distracted. That's why they got the Dark Slayer, at least to minimize casualties, and they did get that DK for themselves.
And that's a pretty interesting move there by SK, because, I mean, even though Mika Daime and Alyssa suffered as the casualties, as far as the main people you want to have the Dark Slayer buff on the side of SK, I mean, it's mission accomplished for them. It's on the Fennec Inside Place, it's on Leather as well on this Raz. Those Prime 2 carries that are just going to dish out tons and tons of damage in the next fight. So let's go ahead and see how this goes down for SK, though.
Exactly. They're going to be pushing, sieging, maximize the Dark Slayer buff that they just received. And that's the beautiful thing with the minions. It's going to be harder for Roller to just attack and get the stun in, but they're going to be tower diving. That is Super Elmer fallen to battle, as this is going to be satisfactory already for SK because they got a turret, they got a kill. It's fine. They don't have to be greedy, and that's the DK buff already being expired. DS, rather.
Oh, meanwhile, Mika Daime got caught between two members of RR2, very mobile members, in fact, and just gets decimated right then and there. Take note, goal difference does tilt towards Red Reindeers right now. 4,000, almost 4,000 of a difference. Kind of leaning towards 3K right now, though, after everything that happened. SK gonna try to go for a sneaky Abyssal Dragon. Suzy Star, oh, she spotted out. She does spot out something up, but a little bit in too late to actually try to go for a steal. Not that RR was even in the position to set that up, though. But meanwhile, man, this is looking pretty tricky. I really couldn't tell who's gonna win this because it's kind of ping-pongy right now, going back and forth, but RR definitely has the better lead here.
Early game, it was Red Reindeers. It was 211 on the kill scoreboard. Silent Knights, though, had a lot of objectives. I mean, towers still up and running. That's why Red Reindeers couldn't transition well, couldn't take advantage well of their lead, but Roller, very brave. I mean, that could have been a very, very bad position he was at. He's far away from his members. There's the slow Doggy leading the charge there. As we see in the bot side of the map, Vindicate split pushing as they really want to fight.
Oh, that's going to be the dive in right there. RR forced to defend themselves under turret. Meanwhile, Mika Diamond taking quite a bit of damage under there. Looks like that's going to be the Initiate coming in from Eruption. Goes straight for Mika Diamond. Looks like Mika Diamond might be going down. Gets the knock him off the members of RR, though. Tries to defend, but no, Alyssa will be the next casualty. 3 members of SK do remain. Meanwhile, take note, Vindicate split pushing towards this bottom side. Looks like he's going to try to defend himself with Leather. Leather taking quite a bit of damage. So is Vindicate, but actually gets the kill. Meanwhile, Vindicate actually survives, not taking any more turret damage. Dougie as well. Meanwhile, Inside Play starts to go for the response. That's going to be 4 members of SK that are down, and that will be the ace, ladies and gentlemen. Red Reindeers coming up on top in that last clash. This is going to be the game, though.
This is going to be game. 30 seconds on the clock. That was a risk, sending back Raz just to deny that split push against Vindicate. But that means we're heading into a game number 5.
Wow. Game 5 indeed.
Well played by RR. I'm really, really impressed. That was a... I mean, I get the logic for SK to force a fight because they know that it's going to be a 4v5 if they manage to engage properly.
True.
But the problem was there wasn't enough damage to go around, and the CCs weren't quite there. There's a lot of AoEs going, AoE CCs on the side of Red Reindeers as well. They managed to execute it. They landed their skill shots correctly. They were forced to send Raz back to defend, and that would mean 1 less DPS on that engage. So well played, good call by Red Reindeers to put the Zephys to split push kanina. So I'm really impressed.
Yeah, and wow, looks like, ladies and gents, we're going to be heading into a game 5. But this is pretty good because, like we mentioned, for every takedown throughout the game, the more money that we raise. So going full 5 games means, looks like we'll be able to really help out Generation Hope
Yeah,
here.
you're gonna maximize talaga yung grand finals natin for Generation Hope. So I'm really, 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 really excited.
So there you have it, guys. That has been Game 4. When we come back, dito na natin malalaman kung sino ang magiging kampiyon ng AOV All-Stars. But for the meantime, quick break muna tayo, guys. Once again, we are Veneer Casters. I'm Mark Takati Surfam. With me is Rico. This is AOV All-Stars. So chill lang kayo, guys. We'll be right back in just a bit.
And Steel, is it gonna happen?
Whoa! Yes, SK, meanwhile, they're trying to back away. Vindicate trying to get chase to make it down the roller as well. That will be first blood. Make that 2.
Pushing as they really want to fight.
Oh, that's going to be the dive in right there. RR forced to defend themselves under turret. Meanwhile, Mika Diamond taking quite a bit of damage under there. Looks like that's going to be the Initiate coming in from Eruption. Goes straight for Mika Diamond. Looks like Mika Diamond might be going down. Gets the knock him off the members of RR, though. Tries to defend, but no, Alyssa will be the next casualty. 3 members of SK do remain. Meanwhile, take no Vindicate.
That was a risk, sending back Raz just to deny that split push against Vindicate. But that means we're heading into a game number 5.
Wow. Game 5 indeed.
You shall be
Welcome back to AOV All-Stars. Earlier, nakita natin ang game number 4, but now looks like we're pushing to game number 5. Again, I'm Riku. Together with me is Arctic. So we're really, really excited kung sino talaga ang mananalo ng grand finale natin.
Yes, and it has come down to this right there. Red Reindeer, Silent Knights could go either way. Pero, I don't know. I don't even want to make a fearless prediction because it's just so close. And I don't know, man. It's, of course, all in the sake of our great cause right here for Generation Hope. So I think we're going to make a lot of students, a lot of kids very happy.
Exactly. So Generation Hope will help out make classrooms sa ating Philippines, sa ating country. So we're playing for a cause. The celebrities are playing for a cause here. But just you guys, para sa mga kakarating pa lang sa stream, we have a 80,000 peso prize pool and part of that is going to Generation Hope. So may mga kills, ay may mga objectives na pwedeng gawin in-game. So all throughout from game number 1 hanggang sa pinaka-last game natin mamaya, which is game number 5, is Hero Kill is 100 pesos, Tower is 200 pesos, Dragon is 500, and meanwhile Dark Slayer is 1,000 pesos. So this is their last push to gather as much money and objectives as they can for Generation Hope.
Man, oh man. I mean, I'm wondering, like, how much have we even raised so far? Because, I mean, as the games go on, like, a lot of objectives are being seen. So, I don't know. I have a good feeling about how this is going in.
Yeah, because so far, from game number 1 to game number 4, we've gathered 32,200 pesos already.
Wow, that much?
Yeah, and umabot pa ng game number 5, so it's gonna make a lot of people happy,
Yeah,
for sure.
Definitely. I mean, I was supposed to bring up a saying, and then suddenly it's like, wait a minute, what was that saying again? Something about kids, something, being the future, something.
Like, but they are the future.
Yes.
So it's really good that, you know, AOV and the celebrities are doing this sa Generation Hope. So I wonder who's gonna win though. But either way, everybody's a winner. But of course, syempre, bragging rights yan. Kami nanalo ng AOV All-Stars. Let's go head on to the draft for our game number 5 between Red Reindeers and Silent Night.
Holy nights.
Do it though. Okay. Alright, serious time. So that's Raz being banned out and Violet as well. No questions there at all. But then again, this opens up a lot of possibilities for them. Again, it's going to be the Arthur pick, prioritization, maybe Thane pick. But instead, it's going to be the Malak for Eruption. He's been sitting comfortably on the top side of the map with no contest, with no pressure whatsoever. So that's why I understand the priority. Because it's not about, kanina kasi sa first series natin, I mean sa first game sa series natin, it's all about the marksman being prioritized. But they realized, you know what, it's fine. We're comfy with either Fennec or maybe the Slims.
Yes.
That's it.
Let's go ahead and see though. I mean, whoa, looks like Mika Daime gonna spice things up a bit. Instead of going for the signature Arthur, we'll opt for the Tara instead. Still a great pick, in my opinion. And Alyssa gonna stick to that thing. She's really been working this thing, I gotta say, throughout the past games and really isolating key targets. So very impressed. And I think with these type of tournaments, it's pretty much okay to stick to pocket picks because as long as you're confident in being able to play it proficiently, I mean, why not naman? And
True.
Alyssa,
Good job, Alyssa, on that Thane pick. But meanwhile, it's going to be a takeaway because we've seen Suzy Sar time and time again on this Tara pick. But it looks like they're going to be switching up, and that's going to be a Arthur on the other side. It's not the Thane and Arthur duo this time around. And if they're going to lock this in, this Mina pick, okay, they're thinking about it. They're switching. They're gonna see what they want in the Mina pick. The only reason why we weren't a fan of the Mina pick is that she's easily caught out of position. She has no means of escape, and that is why she has the flare.
True.
Talent.
Meanwhile, looks like we are waiting for those last few picks from Mara. I will bring one thing up though. We're actually surprised that we haven't seen these, with the exception of Chogna, of course. I mean, like other viable supports in this tournament. I mean, we've seen a little bit of Alice during the group stage. Actually surprised that we haven't seen else whatsoever. But then again, like I mentioned, it's all about pocket picks. It's all about sticking to what you know, what you're comfortable with. Because sometimes in these type of scenarios, I mean, these players, they don't really have that solid time professional teams have to practice certain compositions to give them that flexibility. So it really comes down to what you're proficient at. But looks like both sides have locked in full. And let's go ahead and do a quick recap. Looks like the Zephyrus as well as the Fennec. Meanwhile, Joker gonna round things up for SK.
Double marksman composition once again. This means that Silent Knights is very confident in making sure that these squishy targets are safe. And that means a lot of pressure for Alyssa and Mina there as well. So it's all about trying to make your marksman safe. It's all about positioning as well, because definitely they're not going to run out of damage.
True. And at the end of the day, it's really going to be all about enabling your primary carries. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, for one last time, let us know who you think will take it all in this final game for the finals. Is it going to be Red Rangers or Silent Knights? Let's find out together as we head into the Antares Battlefield. Let us know your thoughts, whether you're watching from Facebook Live, that is facebook.com/Garena AOVPH, or on our YouTube stream, that is gaming.youtube.com/PageGarena/live. Let's go head into the action.
Yes, sir. Don't forget, we're giving away codes as well, so don't remove your eyes from the screen.
Yeah.
Like, literally. I'm kidding.
Split your eyes if you want.
Split your eyes.
One on the game, one on the item redemption.
That could be done. I'm kidding, no. But again, RR with the securing that buff right away, I'm pretty sure they're just going to be exchanging buffs, as that is Silent Knights just safely taking the Might Golem as well. So let's see if they're going to rotate fast enough. Nope. Looks like no. It's too late.
Yep. Just like, never mind. Anyway, I was about to make a hugot, but I decided to restrain myself. Like, just chill, Arctic, chill. Don't bring it onto screen.
Anyway. May pinagdadaanan si
Yeah.
Arctic.
Sorry,
Alright.
guys.
It's understandable. But anyway, it's not the same duo squad that we've seen from Mikadaime anymore and Alyssa. It's a different dynamic this time around. But it's still the #1 threat of the Slims, landing that flying spear for the stun, and then I'm pretty sure this bot lane duo for Silent Knights have enough amount of damage to actually finish one target off, especially if it's most likely maybe Super Elmer, perhaps. We'll have to see later on. So it's a different dynamic. Once again, Susisar and the Chognar, quite tanky, can cancel a bunch of CCs as well. So it's actually a pretty good lane against this threatening Inzai plays. Oh my gosh!
No, Mikadaime taking so much damage right there. First blood, in fact, going to Vindicate. Great rotation right there. Didn't see that coming. And looks like they will make that transition to Abyssal Dragon. And that is going to be pretty good for RR. Good build up. Meanwhile, Roller taking quite a bit. Oh! Skill shot from Leatherman.
Beautiful, beautiful. Coming from the Joker here, as they're going to be trading objectives. We'll see. They're going to easily take down this tower. Again, we've mentioned the power of the double marksman composition. They can safely take down objectives. They have a lot of DPS going around for their composition, as long as they get the right position, the right sets, and the right front line for themselves, which I think, you know, Doggy on the Mina and what do you call this, Mikadaime here with the Tara, Alyssa on the Thane. I think it's a pretty balanced match for their composition. So for Eruption, again, he's going to be chilling. No need to pressure too much on the top side of the map, especially there's not much of objectives to take there as well. So it's going to be chill, because this is the last game. This is game number 5. They have to make things count. This is their last shot.
Indeed. And let's go ahead and see, though. Meanwhile, Vindicate actually getting another kill onto Inside Place. Look at the confidence just going straight into the jungle of Silent Knights, knowing very well that, I mean, when you're a Slim, sure, you do have that potential to escape, but if you get caught off guard, you can get easily taken down, even in the own comforts of your jungle here. And as a Zephyrus, I mean, I really like this draft coming in from RR. Definitely a great answer. But of course, the bigger risk here is that RR, they don't want to let this game go into the later parts, because that's where the Joker as well as Slim's going to be really, really painful.
Indeed. I do agree with you there, but because of the mid tower being taken away early, this would mean more map control during the mid side of the map and more scary. As you can see, that's the flicker being aggressively used by Roller. I'm not sure if that's the one that you want to do, but looks like they're entering the fight as well. Vindicate will decide to back away, but oh my, she's charging to safety. That was an almost flying spear. Nicely done. Sidestep by Vindicate just to dodge out the scale shot from the Joker. But again, normally you carry the flicker on Mina just to make sure that you can safely escape. But the flicker was used aggressively just to set a fight. And they had to suffer from that. Silent Knights is doing it.
Meanwhile, SK gonna take that Abyssal Dragon gladly. Meanwhile, oh, that's gonna be a lot of damage onto Leather. Leather tries to take down Vindicate before he goes down. It looks like that will be success for him. 1 for 1. Great job.
Exactly. So that's gonna be a shutdown there. And good transition to objectives. I mean, they did lose a kill there. I mean, they lost a member there, but at least they managed to even it out so far. Gold is still pretty close, as well as kills for both of these teams, and it's just 5 minutes into the game. So, medyo chill talaga. Back and forth tong game na to, na medyo chill, na medyo mixed. But this time around, they have to make sure that the pressure is balance dito kasi wala na yung tower sa mid lane, so that means it's kind of hard to recover, get more on the river most especially. So again, Roller getting a lot of turret hits.
Ooh, Alyssa looks like really trying to go for the defense here. Will be able to successfully defend, but for how long though? That turret is very, very low. And with yet another transition, if we see another that could be a done turret. Meanwhile, inside plays, is it going to try to go for eruption? No, just going to clear out that wave, pushing in there. Here comes Dougie as well. Are they going to try to force an eruption? This is going to restrain himself for the meantime. Skill shot not connecting for the Sun. Vindicate and Roller going to try to defend there. Defense is key. And man, things are just going pretty chill thus far. Like you mentioned, things are both sides realizing the gravity of this game 5, making much more calculated plays. Vindicate goes straight in onto inside plays. Looks like they'll be switching on to Dougie. Dougie gonna go for the flicker out of there. Knock up coming in from Eruption. Dougie, you are going down, my friend, and Vindicate secures the kill.
This is what we've been talking about. Mina, one of the targets that you can easily isolate and finish off. But meanwhile, in response to that, Silent Knights in the bot side of the map really wants to take that turret down or maybe perhaps get a kill. They immediately go for the objectives and the buffs instead. So that is a good call for themselves, as well as probably rotating here for the Abyssal Dragon. But what will Red Reindeers do? Will they decide to go for the tower push? Will they decide to contest the Abyssal? Looks like they're going for turrets instead. And this means that SK just decides to fall back and defend. That means they're the ones dancing to the tune of the music from Red Reindeers. Let's see if it's going to be enough as Alyssa is flanking.
Indeed, Alyssa goes straight in for the backline. Meanwhile, inside plays, they smell a different target in the form of Rose. Roller is trying to escape, but no, unfortunately does not. Looks like Super Elm are going to take a small consolation prize in the form of turret, which does lead eventually into an Abyssal Dragon here. Whether or not that's of actual value, well, or does have that small lead. So I guess that's pretty okay.
Pretty okay indeed. Doggy still trying to manage the waves at the top side of the map. 2 members from Silent Knights as Malok here. Eruption still defending nicely here. Very, very healthy turret. Silent Knights forced to probably rotate somewhere else instead. But so far, so good. Quite even. The gold lead is not too much between these two teams. But we'll see. They're playing safe at this point. They only want sure engages for both of these sides.
Yeah, I mean, for both sides. I mean, this is the final game.
Exactly.
These really big mistakes ultimately going to cost you this best of 5. Because overall, though, let's go ahead and see. I mean, for Silent Knights, only 1 turret taken. Red Reindeers, a lot of objectives working to their favor here. And that's the reason why we're seeing a little bit of a lead for them. But doesn't necessarily translate to a huge difference. And
oh my gosh.
Oh, it's the
they don't know. They don't know that they're hiding in the brush.
Sneaky move right there. But then again, they don't want to show themselves quite yet. Looks like Alyssa will be showing herself, though. She's going to try to run away. But the rest of SK Take Note are towards the top side. Bullying out Eruption here. That will be the takedown. Meanwhile, the tankier member is doing a great job at fending on for themselves towards the bot side. Vindicate does get the split push towards the mid lane though. And Alyssa, very, very low on health, gets taken down by Vindicate. Just that one last hit, and that will be a turret. Objectives being traded back and forth. That will force SK to go on the defense. Doggy will flicker his way out of there. Take note though, looks like that Slims is pushing out towards bot top side. A lot of action happening back and forth.
Wow. So he was split pushing all along. Decided to try to make the most out of that situation. So quick decision, quick thinking from Inzai to just commit to that split push. They're rewarded. And Dark Slayer might be in danger as well, as that's Tara still pushing down the side. I don't know if there's going to be steal. They're zoning away them perfectly well. And there's no... What? There's no steal.
Yep.
I was just kidding.
I was thinking that skill shot for Leather might have led to a different story. Meanwhile, Dougie gets fully collapsed on by RR. Here comes Alyssa from the back line, though. Gets a two-man shove in onto Eruption and Suzy R, but will be forced to back away. Might be the next casualty. Two members of SK are down. And Mika Daime, meanwhile, contending with Super Elmer here. She is quite low here. Is she going to try to duel it out, though? Super Elmer still quite healthy in retrospect. Mika Daime is trying to kite and back away, but that Fennec is slowly making his way. Roller is going to rendezvous with Super Elmer there. Meanwhile, Inside Place getting caught out by Vindicate and Eruption. Yeah, action all across the board.
Action all across the board indeed, but Mika Daime safely exits the fight, but that means more pressure for the side of Silent Knights. Dark Slayer being taken by Red Reindeers means they have a lot of room to maneuver. They have the upper hand in terms of pushing, shoving the waves, and taking more objectives around the map. Gold lead again, still not very, very far from each other, but Red Reindeers definitely got their spot on this 10-minute game so far.
Let's go ahead and see. Wow, actually, Dark Slayer buff still looking pretty good for Red Reindeers. A lot of options as far as what they can do across this map. Looks like we're seeing a little bit of convergence towards top and a split towards mid respectively. So, or let's see if they could get objectives out of this one. I mean, SK has a pretty solid defense as well as offense through a backlining Joker as well as Limbs.
Are they going to do a pincer attack? Because that is Slim so far away from the rest of his members. So that means if they start a fight, then it's something... I'm pretty sure Silent Knights will lose because there's not a lot of disengage to go around for their side. If they can easily dive here, RR squad, but they decide to back away. Did not see that opportunity. Did not expect that Slims would take that sneaky Abyssal Dragon at the bot side of the map. So great job being patient there. You can tell how hesitant both of these teams are in making the first move. They just want to settle in with pushing the waves, taking down objectives, taking down towers, and then backing away, respecting each other.
Yeah, we've just come to a point where in both sides just waiting for either team to make that crucial mistake to sway things in their favor. Pero, I don't know about you, but so far, from what I'm seeing here, I like that Red Reindeers. They've been committing to a lot of offense here, really trying to push plays here, but then again, Inside Plays doing a great balance by seeking other opportunities across the map here. And like you mentioned, I like that in comparison to the previous games wherein either side would push the boundaries a little bit too much to the point of, oh no, Vindicate actually getting the stun. Will dash his way out of there, but still SK trying to get him. Vindicate already half his health down. Inside Place continuing the chase, but no, won't further pursue. Meanwhile, Roller is getting the split towards top side. Here comes Dougie though, and that will be a turret down. Roller, actually sneaky way out of there, but only belongs to inevitable. Inside Place gets the kill on.
Hashtag worth. I feel like that was pretty worth because that's Mina's flicker down. They they swapped places, and what Roller did is he just practically gave, you know, Silent Knights a taste of their own medicine, but knowing the fact that that's no marksman for them, no range attacker for them, all melee heroes on the table, that means that opens up Silent Knights to try and siege down. That's 10 seconds on the clock. Is it going to be enough? No Dark Slayer yet, but that means they can take this down easily, try to poke them out. Nicely done stun. No follow-up just yet. They have the poke, they have the siege potential, but now Roller is back on the table. That is a very good exchange for me because on Red Reindeer side because again, that's a third tier turret being taken down. But I can tell that both of these teams are capable of doing split pushes. So they have to be wary. Look at that. Death from above being used. Inside plays is going to be in trouble as Mina, Akosi Dogi, is not going to be there in time.
Man, oh man. Looks like RR, they're going to go on the offense now, knowing very well they have that opportunity, but that slims down for 30 seconds. Are seeking for that right moment. Are they going to be able to take down this mid turret? That is the question. Meanwhile, take note of Vindicate's position. Taking down Spirit Sentinel will make a transition towards the top side as well to try to go for a split. Might be a little bit in too late though. Inside play is already going to be up in 12 seconds to help defend for SK. No objectives taken from Red Reindeers in the midst of the numbers advantage working for them though.
Yes, a lot of damage as well coming from RR. They're really thinking this over. They're really waiting for objectives instead. But because of the waves being shoved in favor of Red Reindeers, this means that they have more control over the Dark Slayer. This means that they have more leeway to work at. Vindicate just waiting for the right timing. That is Mika Daime there alone. But we'll see if someone's going to join them as Malak and Arthur is going to rotate up top. They're going to bump into each other. Kill secured on the tower. Nicely done. Good sieging potential from Red Raiders. They're going to be playing this rather patiently, but Super Elmer with the shields, he's going to be fine. Nice disengage. Heal actually being used. But again, Roller with a split push.
Man, oh man, things are looking pretty good for our Harry. Roller has to be careful though. Does not want to get initiated on by SK. Looks like SK won't be pursuing though. Oh man, this is pretty tricky. Darkslayer is now up and live. This could be the fight that determines who will ultimately win this full-on in this best of 5. Well, they're just throwing a few skill shots here and there, trying to get a bit of damage onto RR in the midst of their distance. Vindicate. Ooh, a little bit far from comfort here. Will be rejoined by the rest of RR, pushing out towards this mid lane. But Vindicate goes straight in onto Alyssa, but gets collapsed on by 3 members of SK. Very, very low, both him and Super Elmer. Vindicate just isolating constantly. That will be the knockup coming in from Eruption. Inside plays, meanwhile, just hitting from the back line. That will be Dougie that goes down. Inside plays just juggling between Roller. Inside plays gets a kill onto Vindicate. Is this going to be the reverse for SK? That's another member down. 2 members of RR, both 2-2 down. Inside plays continuing the chase. That will be the full collapse. Eruption forced to fend for himself. Roller isn't going to style his way out of there, but no, that will end in a 4-for-2 in favor of Silent Knights.
Silent Knights, Inside Plays had the best time of his life during that clash. He was free hitting, no threats whatsoever. Nobody could finish the targets in time. Only 2 people fell from battle for Silent Knights. And Inside Plays, look at that. There's the Cyclone being laid out into the table just to try to zone them away. Is this going to be a marksman versus marksman matchup? He's not going to win this as Leather joins into the fight. They're going to try and go for the Nexus. He eliminates them. What? Because of that clash, they won. They won. Amazing. Amazing play by Silent Knights. Because of that detrimental clash, they immediately went for the gold. Nexus attacking the base, and my sleeves are rolled out. And there we go. Congratulations.
I was not expecting that.
Me too. I mean, there was still a Dark Slayer there, but because again, it was a double marksman composition, they can easily push out and get to the sieging. So it was well played. It was just one clash that cost them the fight, and I feel like Roller was too far away at that match. I think he was thinking of, guys, distract them first. I will probably split push and stuff like that, but it didn't work out in their favor. They weren't able to secure the kill, especially on Inside Plays. He was super painful during the late game now. So, but oh my God, is this it? Okay, they're ignoring the Dark Slayer. Rush to the base. GG, well played.
Indeed, and man, that was absolutely insane. I mean, it could have gone either way. Very well played by Red Rangers as well, playing their hearts out. And I think, in comparison to the group stage, this was definitely a point wherein we could have honestly said that either team could have won.
Yeah, either team could have won, indeed. But just to let you guys know, again, this is for Generation Hope. This tournament that we had from game number 1 to game number 5, each hero kill they got was 100 pesos, Towers is 200 pesos, Dragon is 500 pesos, and Dark Slayer is 1,000 pesos. And from this whole series, this AOV All-Stars match gathered 41,100 pesos for the
Wow.
kids, for Generation Hope, for classrooms.
This is very exciting. And again, I'm actually mind blown that we could raise that amount of money through gaming of all things.
Yeah, that's why it's a very touching moment for everybody that is involved. Of course, to you guys as well that watched from their homes, watched your favorite celebrities battle it out, and see who's the best. And there we go. We've reached our conclusion.
Holy cow. I mean, once again, we'd like to thank all the celebrities as well as to our audience that stuck throughout the AOV All-Star event. Of course, Super Elmer, Eruption, Suzy Sar, Mika, Doggin, Alyssa, for great games played along with their respective community players who are at the top of the ladder and definitely flex some muscles out there, I gotta say.
Yeah, I mean, Inside Plays, Roller, Vindicate as well.
And
I mean,
Leather.
and Leather. Lodi po, Lodi.
Yeah. Actually, I remember watching some of their streams. So, kasi sobrang sakto yung oras ng stream nila sa oras na nanonood ako. But anyway, wow, this definitely concludes a great event. Once again, we'd also like to thank Generation Hope for allowing us to work with them to just give back to the community. Such a great feeling.
Exactly.
And that concludes the stream. So, once again, that has been the AOV All-Star Wave Winner Caster Sun Market Campus Fam. With me is Riku 2018 looming nearby. So, have a great new year, guys, and we'll see you again during the next stream. For the rest of RR pushing out towards this mid lane, but Vindicate goes straight in onto Alyssa, but gets collapsed on by 3 members of SK. Very, very low, both him and Super Elmer. Vindicate just isolated constantly. That will be the knockup coming in from Eruption. Inside Place, meanwhile, just hitting from the back line. That will be Doggy that goes down. Inside Place is juggling between Roller. Inside Place gets a kill onto Vindicate. Is this going to be the reverse for SK? That's another member down. 2 members of RR, both 2-2 down. Inside Place continuing the chase. That won't be the full collapse. Eruption forced to fend for himself. Roller is going to start way out there, but no, that
Look at that. There's the Cyclone being laid out into the table just to try to zone him away. It is going to be a marksman versus marksman matchup. He's not going to win this as Leather joins into the fight. They're going to try and go for the Nexus. He eliminates them. What? Because of that clash, they won. They won. Amazing. Amazing.
Wow.